Hey y'all, I'll be right back. I'm running behind today, so just bear with me. Good evening. Are y'all coming to the Zoom or to YouTube? Before y'all start asking me where it is, it's on YouTube. We live. If you can't find the Zoom link, we are on Zoom. Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Hey y'all, I'm trying to get back. There we go. Hey y'all. Okay. Hey everybody, I'll be right back.
Hello.
Y'all. I'm running a little late, y'all. Y'all know I'm late always. Give me a second. How you late to work and you work at home? How's you late to work and you work at home? I gotta go get my cup. I'll be right back, y'all.
I'm always late and I'm working from home as well, so I understand.
Did anybody catch the YouTube earlier today for story time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
Let me just throw this out there to y'all. So, what is the guy's name that starts with the J? Jehonabad or Jodabad? Something to that effect.
Jonadab?
He was had told Absalom how to get Tamar to come into the room, and then Absalom ended up raping her. Y'all not remember that story?
Uh-huh.
Then the other thing was the Rechabites were like Adam and Eve. So does that mean they were giants? So does that mean that 144,000 are giants?
It could possibly be because they said that Adam and Eve were tall, like from the sky to the ground. So that's pretty tall.
That is. I was
well, I'm low to the ground anyway, because everybody's taller than me.
Stop it.
Me too. Me too.
I can be 5'5" and I'm, ooh, you a giant.
Oh no.
Hey y'all.
But that thing was so good to me. I was like, wait a minute, let me go back and read that again.
It was good.
Because what? Yeah, that had my toes wiggling and booty cheeks clenched.
Cerca, you're not the main person, to let you know. You're like not the main screen, someone else is.
I think as all of us are talking, we'll get off of mute. We'll go on mute, brother.
Oh, okay.
Now, y'all, I'm talking to the people on TikTok trying to get them over here. Y'all keep talking. I'm listening. Go ahead. I just didn't want y'all to stop talking because I'm talking to them. I'm trying to let everybody get in over here. Y'all keep talking. I'm listening. I'm trying to ear hustle and see what y'all been reading about. Don't stop because the teacher come in here.
Okay. So did anybody get to read the rest of the story in OTP2?
No, I was actually working, so I was a little busy, so I haven't gotten to do it. I was trying to read it while we wait.
The history of the I can't say Rockabites?
Yeah, the Rockabites.
Oh my goodness.
Rockabites.
That is something else. Right? I'm starting to think like Cerca, there may be like the Bermuda Triangle or something, the way it was describing it.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
But I have been thinking about that because, like, we know that there's these portals in different places. So we know about the Bermuda Triangle. There's one in Alaska, and there's one like in the Arizona, Ohio, like that area. But my thing is like, where do these portals lead? Because I was watching someone speak about that on TikTok, like not very long ago, like literally a few minutes ago, and they were saying that there is a passage in Revelations where it talks about, you know, these portals being like entryways where beings cross over to this place to do like some destructive things. And of course, like a lot of people believe, oh, that's just a parable. That is just an allegory. But I'm like, no, really, like, what's up with these portals? Because folks have gone missing. Because they've been thinking about like the Jamestown settlers. Like we still don't know what happened to them. Like I
What book are you guys speaking of? What part of it? What story did you guys read?
Revelation.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. I thought you guys were talking about another book that Circa told us to read.
Yeah, she was
So-
talking about the history of the Rechabites.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, cool. Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
that whole Bermuda Triangle thing, do y'all know that eels are like one sex and they don't have any reproductive organs and they go to the Bermuda Triangle and then a whole bunch of them come back?
Mm-mm.
I didn't
see,
know that.
see, we need
Blew
to
my
know what's going
mind.
on in these portals. Are they magic reproductive sites for evil things we don't want to be here? I need to know. I'm sorry, I'm done. Okay.
Yes, I've heard
Where
that.
can I find that story?
About the eels?
No, the Rechabites.
Oh, that's in the OTP volume 2.
Volume 2. Didn't she? It was like page 154 or something like that. She said.
She
in
said
the-
500 something, but I'm not
Oh,
I can't
sure.
remember
Okay,
that.
Okay.
so I'm on page 453,
453. Okay. Thank you.
but that's like chapter
Mm.
7.
Okay,
Okay, I'll just
Christine,
find
I
it from there.
see your bookshelf over there. I see you. All of the
And
books.
so I just started. It's really interesting. I mean, it's had me laughing at one point.
Hi, Amber.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
Miss Circa.
So y'all like that story of the Rechabites, huh? How did y'all read it so
Yes,
fast? How
yes.
did y'all read it so fast? The Zoom is free. Come on, your sisters and brothers in the WOU already paid you for your seat. Just get over there.
It's
Y'all
really
don't
not
got-
that. It's
y'all
really
already
not that
paid for your
long. I
seat.
haven't hit chapter 10 yet, like you said, but I'm almost there
In the Rechabites.
in the Rechabites.
So
Has anybody been experiencing, just out of curiosity, and Miss Circle, you could probably attest to this. Has anybody experienced when they're reading that like you get this heavy sleepiness as if there's something that's trying to keep you from reading it?
Yeah.
Because I have
Yeah.
never been so sleepy in my life.
That's
I
that,
don't think
and
even
that's
when I
that
was
sleep
pregnant with
demon.
my 3 kids.
Never like this.
that happened
That
to me today.
That's that sleep demon.
I took a nap.
So can I tell y'all
when
a
listening
secret
to the
sleep?
audiobooks too.
Look, y'all. So that should be y'all secret. When somebody tell you they got insomnia, you know what to do.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Here,
Open
read
the
this
word
word
up.
real quick.
Read this word real quick. Right.
It's gonna put you right
Oh, I
on
don't
to
like
sleep
reading.
and
Oh, if
reduce
you
those
read this,
demons.
you're gonna go to sleep and you're gonna sleep real good. I promise.
Real good.
I'm
Right
telling
on your
you,
mind.
be rebuking demons right on out too at the same time.
Ain't it crazy though?
Has anyone been getting caught up in their prayers? Like when they go to pray, they just lost for words. They have nothing.
Listen, I promise you, I'm glad you said that because I started back praying with my kids before they get out the car. Typically, I would like just do it in my head. So I started doing it aloud, got my kids going. And I've never stumbled over my words so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I sound so crazy, y'all. But yes, absolutely.
Yep.
But I mean, when we talk to one another, sometimes we stumble on our words, right? When we can't really come up with what we want to say to whomever it is we're speaking to. And if when we're praying, we are communicating with God as if though he's sitting right there, one of our friends, it kind of seems like it's supposed to happen.
It just was a little weird. I went to pray over my kids today. I knew what I wanted to say, but it's like I only got maybe 3 words out before I went blank.
Oh, wow.
And some said, just start over. Just start over.
Yeah, me too.
I
That's what
started
all
over.
of a sudden for me
I
too.
had to
I see that halo.
further.
I see that halo.
Right.
Oh, I like that.
Hey, it's a filter.
Cool. I like that. Where did you get that?
So for me,
Look at her.
I want one.
I do too.
I'm gonna email you. I saw that today about the extra book. I did see that.
I've been going harder. Like I'm ready to stop. And God is like, you ain't done yet. You got to stay on that flow until you finish.
You know,
Then
the last 3 days, he's been telling me to shift the atmosphere in my house.
Right.
So every TV, there is this one guy. His name is Dappy T or something, but he plays nothing but instrumental gospel, 3 and 4 hours at a time. And so I have been doing that when everybody goes to work and goes to school, because I work from home. I've been shifting the atmosphere. So by the time they come home, I mean, their attitudes are okay. Everybody, you know, is in order. But he said, shift the atmosphere, shift the atmosphere. So I've been having to shift the atmosphere. I don't know what's going on, but I've been trying to keep
What's going on?
a praise atmosphere.
Yes. Yes.
I even had my grandson take my anointing oil and just anoint every doorpost.
Can I say something? I don't really speak. I'm new here. I've only been here maybe 3 times. But can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
okay. So God put it on my heart. I've been reading the book, actually listening to the audio book of the He Came to Free the Captives.
The set the captives.
And the fact that Miss Joy Jackson was talking about how you lose what you want to say, and how this other young lady was just talking about moving things in the atmosphere. A lot of us have strongholds that we have that we don't realize that is preventing us to be able to walk with God, to share the gospel with other people and all of that. And I mean, I just wanted to just read a couple things. It's like it's like the doorway. So a lot of us don't realize, but horoscopes, I'm trying to go fast so I don't hold up a lot of time, but horoscopes, fortune tellers, palm readers, dealing with witches and warlocks, doing seances, studying books on occult, Ouija boards, psychics, astral projection books, meditation, when we're trying to blank out or clear our mind, crystals, mediums, martial arts. Oh my gosh, my kids was in martial arts, yoga, spells, drugs and alcohol, which is repeated drunkenness, child abuse, sexual child abuse, emotional trauma, fornication, rape and violent sexual assault, porn, acupuncture, something I didn't realize as well, hypnosis, homosexuality, and TV cartoons, rock and roll and rap music, vegetarians, guys. Oh my God, that really messed me up when I read that. Through video games, just those things. A lot of us don't realize, and we do it on a daily basis, some of these things, and we do it not even realizing it. And a lot of that is opening portals for demons to come into us and put these strongholds on us to where we can't even talk or get out what we want to because they don't want us to. That's it. And be quiet.
Is that vegetarian?
Because I got questions.
Yes.
I really need to understand.
Okay. I wanted to say, so let me hop in there real quick, everybody. Okay.
Please.
Y'all have to realize, hold on. One of the things that you have to realize, and if y'all haven't paid attention to all of the books that I have sent y'all to, is they all come from a different point of view. Okay. So the people that wrote this book are hardcore, like apostolic Pentecostal people. Okay. So they repeat a lot of what they know and what they've been taught. Right. But the fact that even in that where it says drugs, do y'all remember we talked about pharmakia? Right. And our word for pharmacy literally means incantation or spell. So you have to rightly divide the word. And that's why I've sent you guys to a variety of things about demonic oppression and different things like that, because you have to also know that. I'm sorry, y'all. Ooh. Now, did y'all hear that? So how about my live just kicked me out and then just had some, look, they is tired of this, honey. They is doing everything that they can. I've never been kicked out of my live. Never. Okay. So with that being said, it's always good to look up the etymology of the words and stuff that you're reading in some of these books as well. Okay. Because what is considered drugs and things like that right now, and some of the, I see you, baby. I see you. He said, right. You just have to be careful with the interpretation as well. So that's why we have a lot of different books from a lot of different points of view, because some of these books are written from a Catholic point of view. Some of them are written from a Pentecostal point of view. And so you'll start to see the overtones of whose denomination it is as you're reading in some of these books. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right? Because this is the thing. So
can I read something from the Prince of Darkness that relates to that I had a question about? Because it states right here, after AD, they transformed the legal position of the church from an outlaw organization to an official sanctioned state church, which means they pretty much put out the way they saw things for us to follow. Okay.
Right. So look, they will tell you, okay. So for the parents that have small children, I just want y'all to get this, because people gonna disagree, and it's okay. That's why God put me out here, right? So this is the thing. Every organization has things that they put out, their own literature, their beliefs, their systems. Every single organization of whoever it is, right? One of the reasons that I have so many books is because I need to see more than one point of view. So what Miss Love put out, a lot of that is true, right? But then you also have to rightly divide it, because they will tell us that something that grows from the ground is illegal and bad for you, right? Even though this thing cures cancer, it stops babies from having what do you call it? Seizures. There's so many different medicinal purposes for it, right? And they'll tell you, no, that's bad. Hear me now, okay? But then they will tell us that a child that has energy, like a child that is supposed to have energy between 3 and 9 years old, is overreactive. And they will literally tell me as a parent that I need to give my child methamphetamine, because I don't know if y'all done looked it up, but ADHD medicine is methamphetamine or methamphetamine, whatever, however you say the other one. So you mean to tell me there's something that comes out of the ground that helps cancer, glaucoma, all of these different medical things is bad, but I'm supposed to take a lisinopril that makes my lips swell up, that makes men grow breasts when they're not supposed to, that makes people's throats close. All of these seem like spells to me. Okay?
All those in your heart and other things like.
Exactly. So y'all listen, one of the things that y'all need to understand is this. Yes. Hold on, y'all. The pastor telling us we can't wear red on a certain Sunday is also witchcraft. God made every single color there is. I don't ever see a time in the Bible where he restricted anyone from wearing a color. He also didn't tie a color to a type of person either. Mm-mm. So then churches will tell us, y'all, and control what it is that we wear, how it is, who we marry. Yeah, they don't say go to God and y'all wait for God to tell y'all. They say this is who we think. Okay. And if you go against that, you are shunned and pushed away. If you say that I want to try to see if God is saying it to me, you are then isolated. Y'all, what is that? That's cult-like tendencies, because then you are made to worship the person that is in front of you. Witchcraft is more than just doing some spells, y'all. See, this is why I say you got to look up the etymology of the things that you're studying, and you have to understand what it is, because People can use fear tactics and only point out all of the wrong things, but they're not even breaking down those things because, like I said, there's people that tell me, oh, honey, I know God ain't speaking to you because you partake of the herb of the field. I said, well, I know he ain't talking to you either, baby, because your body is full of narcotics. Literally what it is that is on your pill bottle says that you're going to see stuff that you're not supposed to see. You're going to think about killing yourself and killing your family. Come on now. Help me understand. Help me understand now. Hold on. Just give me a second. The reason you falling asleep in the pew, baby, is because you lie. Come on, we gonna come on and clean it up, and we gonna do it now.
The tree's moving quite a bit.
Hold on. Let me ask you another question, y'all. All I'm gonna say, see, this is why I say, when folks get to talk about witchcraft, I say, hold up, but then don't go to CVS.
Yeah.
Don't go to Walgreens.
Please mute your mic.
Everybody mute their phones, y'all. You hear me? Listen, don't go to Walgreens, because if you look up the root word pharmacy right now, in the Latin, it says spell, incantation, or witchcraft. Okay? So then when they say, "Ooh, witchcraft," okay, well then don't go to CVS, y'all. Don't go to the Walmart pharmacy. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah, it is.
I like the ears.
Are y'all looking it up? Did somebody look it up?
Need to mute, baby, Miss Catherine.
Everybody, hold on. Is everybody muted now? Okay, so, all right, y'all. I'm sorry. So when we read, right? When we read, right, and we looking up these words, y'all, and we're saying things, this is why I tell y'all I don't talk about stuff I don't know. No, I'm not going to do it. Because I'll point my finger at somebody and say, you don't even know that this is what you're doing. But I haven't looked up the etymology of the words. I have not looked up what it is. This is why I say, y'all, I don't want y'all to just read. I want y'all to look up every word, find out where it came from, who used to use it. Because guess what? We will be quoting things and saying things that we have not researched. And this is not to attack anybody, but this is to prove that why I tell y'all, don't try to read a whole chapter. Read 3 sentences, because you could be on 3 sentences for 2 weeks. Because other words lead you to other words, and other words lead you to other words, and then those 3 sentences could apply to 100 different situations in your life. Okay? Y'all hear me? Everybody weigh their hand if y'all hear me. Okay? So I'm not attacking it, because I asked y'all to go read the book. But in reading, y'all, I do not just want y'all to read. I want y'all to study. It's more important to me that y'all study than read. You don't have to never be caught up. This is an open university. There is no deadline. If y'all come on here and we talked about something, this is why I have to tell y'all to have a pen and paper. Because we might talk about something different every single time, because if there's a new person and God needs them to hear a specific story, he don't care that you want to stay on cue. He's going to speak to that spirit as well. Everybody's spirit is important. Everybody, and all of these stories are not for just one person. Because guess what? The reason I led y'all to the books is so that you can read on your own. You can research on your own, right? You see what I'm saying? Do you see? I want y'all to understand. I don't just want y'all to read, y'all. I want y'all to study. There is a difference, okay? Because even I used to say, oh, I ain't gonna be dealing with that, and I don't want no parts of that, and then realize that sitting right in the church, I was practicing it all. Because it was taught to me. And this is what all the church people around me did. So then I didn't even realize I was practicing witchcraft and all kind of stuff. This is what the Bible said. Jesus went into the church and said, y'all are vipers, y'all. Vipers are snakes, deadly ones. It's a real thing. So we have to make sure that we are not just spouting out things. And yes, we want to share the information. But one of the most important things that I want y'all to do is before you share it, make sure you understand what it says correctly so that you, one, are not offending people. Because when you are dealing with a mass group of people, the Bible says, he that winneth souls is wise. Hold on, y'all. My toilet paper is here. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Give me 2 seconds.
Those of us who do take medicine, like, should we not take it and like find a more natural remedy for our
Operate in wisdom. Like, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I am insulin dependent. Even though I'm actively, which I got a story for that, we'll talk about that later. I'm actively working on healing my body. But if I remove this insulin pump, like, I will go into a diabetic coma. So operate with wisdom. I had a surgery. What's today? Wednesday. Had a surgery yesterday. I have a surgery Monday. And they've given me like these pills that I did not want to take. But what I did was I prayed over it. I rebuked it. And like I said yesterday, I anoint myself every day. So like whatever spirits are attached to these jokers, they fighting to stay up in here because I'm in my word and I'm praying.
Can you guys hear me? Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm a medical herbalist, so I know about the herbal side of the herbs. And I was going to ask Cerca because, like you were saying, ma'am, you were saying you pray over your medicine. I do the same thing too because I go on the side of where the medicine, if it coincides or clash with the herbs that you're going to take. So I went to school for 5 years for this. So I understand what you said. Like any of my clients, I tell them to pray over their medication and lead God first. Lead with God first before you start taking anything. That's with myself because I have sarcoidosis and lupus. So I understand what you're saying about that. And the pharmacy thing, that's what I'm like Cerca because when I started training in herbalism, I was afraid of it because there's a book called The Book of Shadows. And I didn't want to go close to it, but my cousin who's a preacher told me to read everything because how are you going to understand something if you don't know about it? So like with the herbs and stuff, just like that, pray over because God put everything here for you to use. Like herbal, because my husband has diabetes as well. He's taking fenugreek that we're taking out and it lowered his A1C by 5 points. He's also taking okra water. Everything that's from the herbs is pretty much good for you. It's like it's the overuse of things is the bad thing.
Can I get in there real quick? So I want to say this, y'all. There's a scripture in the Bible where God tells, I can't think of who it is. He says, make your oils and things after the way of the apothecary, but don't go to an apothecary for them to make your oils, right? An apothecary is like Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works is considered an apothecary, Victoria's Secret and all of those places. But the reason he told him that is because an apothecary does spells. It's a witch, or what we would call now a botanist. Have you guys ever looked that up? What a botanist does?
Can I
look
ask you a
up what
question?
a botanist does.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What would you consider me then? Because I'm a herbalist and I make tinctures and stuff, but I don't do it like that. Like that's why I'm on the medical side of it because everybody keeps coming to me and said, can you get this off? And I said, honey, I don't do that. You better ask God. And that's why I was asking about the sage and the singing bowls.
So listen, I don't too much know about those bowls. You have to be careful when you are playing with different frequencies because you don't know who all is in that frequency, and you could be opening the door to something coming in your house. And if you haven't done enough looking into the spiritual realm and how to deal with intergalactic beings, then you could be messed up. 1, 2. I don't consider you anything because as long as you're not doing no spells, Miss Natasha, you are doing it in the way that God said. He said, do it in the way. I'm getting the oil press shortly because I plan on making my own essential oils. This is why I looked it up because I wanted to know exactly the same. And he said, look, do what they do, but don't go and let them make your oil. The people that are going to basically Ursula from you know,
The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Thank you.
That.
Right.
So we know what they call witch doctors. We know what they call, y'all, the lady around the corner that everybody go to when they man is cheating and they want to know what's going on. I told y'all the story about the man that I met in the city I just moved from, and he was dating this woman who was married. Her husband found out, went to the witch doctor lady down in Alabama, wherever they was at. He gave her some powder. Well, no, she told him go outside, catch a snake, burn it. They crushed it into some kind of powder. He put it in his wife's drink, and that snake materialized in her insides, y'all. Y'all know about that?
Secretary, you know
And
how you
she
talk
had
about
to go
your
back
book?
to the witch doctor who gave her a pill or something to get the snake out. And then she took it, and 3 days later, they was at a barbecue. She went to go potty, honey, and it was coming out live, and her mama had to pull it out of her. So I believe, and I know that it's real, and don't want no parts of it.
Because, you know, I was going to ask you about the smudging, because, like, in art, we were taught smudging was for to clear the air, not for the medical side of it. It's to clear the air of disinfect the air, because back when they had the Black Plague and the Black Lung Disease, that's what they did as doctors. They use this for, you know, your gynecological use, about your respiratory problems and stuff like that. So it clears your lungs. It actually have a medicinal property. And some through your book, this is my book for scoops. But a lot of people don't know that. People said, oh, you're smudging. I said, I don't smudge for that. It's for corona, it's for the flu, colds and stuff like that. So that's why you have to be very careful, because people will give you misdirections about herbs and you don't know.
Well, this is the thing, but they'll go and spend $10,000 on essential oils at Walmart and don't know that's the oil, the herbs that you are burning are the oils that they put in their essential oils tank. You see what I'm saying? Right. It's literally the lavender oil and the this and the that. So, but it's how you use it. Again, if you're doing it under a full moon and you got some crystals out there and you got these bowls going in some candles, now that's something different, babe. But if you're just cleaning the air, then it ain't no different from me going, y'all, I got an essential, I'm about to show y'all. It's not a game. If y'all can see my essential oil game, it is not a game. This just came in. Okay. Orange oil and lemon oil. Lemon oil is good for your blood. That's why they tell you to drink a lot of lemon water, right? So if I put this in my diffuser, it's going in on a microscopic level, right? The crazy thing is, what do they have in the stores that a teacher created? Emergency. What is that? Orange liquid, orange oil. Emergency is what? Them little emergency packets. Ain't it a big old orange on there? So I'm gonna put orange oil in the air in my house. But if I'm saying a spell over this while doing that and got candles burning and all of that other crazy stuff, now then that's something different. That's why God said, go to make your own oil after the way of the apothecary, but don't go to the apothecary to have them make it for you. Did y'all know that? That's in the King James Version. Yes.
Are we still on like talk time, or are you ready to get the class together before I say something else?
You said what?
So are we still in like free talk time, or are you ready to start class? Because I wanted to add a little point.
On what?
Okay, so I've been studying like the 12 patriarchs because we read the Testament of God, and the revelation that the Holy Spirit was working with me is that we don't understand how the things of the Spirit affect us. Like, we have an understanding that like ailments in your physical body can affect your heart and your mind, right? Which is your soul. Like, so it can affect your soul, it can affect like your mental health, your emotions. Same thing happens with your emotions. If your emotions are off kilter or your brain is sick, your mind is sick, your body can be sick. But we don't always understand that the same thing happens in our spirit, because we're a threefold being. So if you have a sickness in your spirit, it can manifest as sickness in your body. Because even in Mark 9, we see that Jesus delivered the little epileptic boy. He had to call out a spirit inside of him that was causing that physical manifestation. So like when we're doing like these essential oils and like these smudgings, like I think we also need to understand that sickness is also deeply rooted in the spiritual realm. So that like if there's something that is ailing your body, like there's literally 3 levels to it, and you can figure out which level it's originating from. Is it originating from your spirit, from your soul, or from your fleshly man. And then from that understanding, you can go about like curing whatever the thing is.
Mhm. Yep. That's good. I wanted to get to Mr. Anthony because he's been there for a while. Go ahead. I know you took your hand down. Hopefully he didn't leave. Mr. Anthony, are you still here? I'm going to get better at this. Okay. Remind me to go back to him, y'all, because he had his hand up for a minute. Go ahead, Miss Debbie. Y'all, and I know y'all don't like it, but we got to keep it under 2 minutes if everybody's going to get a chance to talk. I'm sorry, but we have to, because I'm not going to be on here till 10 o'clock every night, y'all. I love y'all, but I can't. So that's the way to keep it fair, just in case everybody wants to talk. It needs to be under 2 minutes, y'all. If you're going to say.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Miss. No, go ahead, Miss Debbie.
What about ginger oil?
What do you mean?
Like if you, I've heard that like if you put it on your legs or like to I guess to extract some of the inflammation like that might be in your lymph glands or whatever am I wrong on that?
Listen, God would rather us use the things that he made than the man-made products with all of the extra side effects. I take lavender, y'all. I have a thing when you first walk in my house on my little dash thing, my little counter, it's a whole it's essential oils in every room and a diffuser in every room of my house. When COVID was going, I put the immunity oil up and it's a mix of just herbs. That's it. The only reason they don't want to tell you that those work, okay, like even for most high blood pressure medicine, did y'all know that that's mostly garlic? It's mostly crushed up garlic. Did y'all know that?
No, I didn't.
Everybody? Like if y'all look at the basis of most of the medicine, it's natural things, y'all, but they put all the extra chemicals in it to get you addicted and hooked and having to come back. All the extras is why you never get healed, y'all. You see what I'm saying?
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
if I want, and just think about this, y'all. Okay, we learned, okay, who has their Old Testament pseudepigrapha, book 1? Who has it? Close. Okay, Hope, do me a favor. Go to the Testament of Solomon real quick, but it's, matter of fact, hold on. Just so y'all don't think I'm trying to trick y'all. I want you to read this out loud though if you can. Because my eyes ain't working like they used to. I need some glasses.
Natasha, are you on Slack? If you aren't, can you put your email in the group in the chat so I can add you? I would like to direct message you, the herbalist.
Hold on one. Okay. It's on page 954, Miss K. And then it should be the second, paragraph. If y'all got y'all Old Testament pseudepigrapha.
Does it start with similar ideas occur in the earlier parts? Is that the part you're talking about? I'm on 954.
Who said that?
Amber. I am Amber Renee. It says magic and medicine. Is that the part you're talking about?
Yeah. Did you find it, Miss K? Okay, thank you. Yes, ma'am, Miss I am Renee. Thank you so much. Can you read it, Miss K, for me? Do you mind? Okay, go ahead.
Can you give me the verse again?
It's on page 954.
I'm there.
It's not a verse. It's just on page 954 of your Old Testament pseudepigrapha.
Does it start with the major interest?
Oh, you might have a different page.
It's the Testament of Solomon?
Yes.
It's about magic and medicine.
Yes. Can you just read the top 2 little lines of that, or 3 lines of that, please? Or 4? 4.
It says, well, mine starts at the major interest of the author of the Testament was medical.
Okay, yes. Go ahead.
Chapter 18 sounds very much like an ancient family medical encyclopedia. Here, the heavenly bodies, most of whom cause physical and mental disease, are made to retreat, not only by of whom cause physical and mental disease. Oh my gosh, hold on.
It's okay.
Oh, I need my glasses.
Words are little.
Are made to retreat not only by reciting the magical formula, Angel X, imprison Demon Y, but also by certain exorcistic words, sometimes simply spoken, sometimes said in conjunction with medical rites, sometimes written, usually on various apotropic materials, sometimes born on the person, sometimes posted at various protective locations. So is that like a prescription?
Do y'all see this right here?
So it's like
magic and medicine. Magic, medicine. Magic and medicine. Magic and medicine. But did y'all see what it said? It said the major interest of the author was medical. It sounds like an ancient family medical encyclopedia where the heavenly bodies whom cause physical and mental disease are made to retreat. But they'll tell us that they don't know where psychosis comes from and where these sicknesses come from. That's what they'll tell us, but they read Latin. And remember, I told y'all that RHYX or RX means prescription, but it's also the prefix for the demonic names too.
Can I say something real quick? I'm in the military. I've been in the military for 22 years, currently serving. I've had insomnia for at least over 10 years. So they kept giving me, I've been on all types of sleep meds, Ambien, Lunesta, everything. I stopped, they still prescribe it to me, but I don't take it anymore. One day I took this medication, it's called Eleptriptan. I didn't even remember how I got to work. When I used to take it, I used to be in a state where I couldn't get up, but I saw myself out of my body. And that really scared me. So I stopped taking it. But now, since finding you and everybody else, I've been doing a lot of reading, and that helps me sleep. Even when I get up in the middle of the night, I read. But I've struggled with insomnia for so long that I've been on every sleep medication you can think of. So I just want to say, when I read that, it touched me, because I'm like, everything you've been saying about this pharmacy and all this stuff, it makes sense. So I just want to say thank you so much. I'm glad I found you and everybody else. Okay,
yeah.
I'm done.
Listen, y'all, because this is the thing, right? No, it's amazing.
You know how you say you're like in a state of, like, I was paralyzed, but I literally, when I was on Ambien, I literally saw myself, I'm laying in my bed, but I saw myself come out of my body. Like I was trying to wake myself up and I couldn't move, but I was awake. I was awake. I saw myself come out, and, you know, and I was like, I have to do this, and that, but I couldn't get up because of the medication. So I've stopped taking it and I've been reading. So thank you so much. Thank you.
No, but see, this is the thing, y'all. It's a real thing. Like when you read about these spirits, and it's a demon in there. Did you read it about he causes insomnia? Like literally, it's a whole spirit that causes you not to sleep. Now, God will take your sleep too if you being disobedient. But and they'll give you all of this medicine that they absolutely know is not going to cure it. It's going to make it worse. And then, so then that didn't work. Let me give you another prescription. And then you get separated further and further away from your correct mental state. And they tell you that this is better than something that God gives you from the earth. When I was taking the pills that they were prescribing me for my lupus, if I would have kept taking them, y'all would have probably been on heroin by now. A mess. Okay? Because it was my ex that looked it up and said, do you realize that this is an opioid that they're giving you and you're supposed to take 4 of these a day? No wonder when you don't have your medicine, your back is hurting and you hallucinating. He said, do you even realize what's going on? When I stopped taking the medicine that the doctor prescribed for me, y'all, 120 pills a month, I was hallucinating, having cold sweats, night sweats, chills, withdrawals. Why? If this medicine is better than what God gave me from the ground, am I going through the same mess that somebody on heroin is? And the doctor is giving it to me 4 times a day. And I didn't even have the highest doses, y'all. I was in the bed 18 hours a day. 18. It's only 24. Now I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, moving around, building beds, talking to y'all for hours, writing books, reading and everything else on the herb of the field that the Lord said he made is good. You can't, come on now. And I sleep real good. I didn't used to sleep either. I'm just saying, y'all got to look at what they're selling as good. Because the Bible says at the end times that what they was going to say was good is bad and what's bad is good. That's what they said. You mean to tell me that medicine that made me want to kill my family or myself is better than getting a natural oil? Come on. Miss iPhone.
Hey, this isn't pertaining to what we're studying, but I know somebody about 2 weeks ago had asked if we could make a Facebook group so we could all have like a meet and greet and connect outside of Zoom. So if y'all are interested in connecting with others, I made one today and it's called We Outside Meet and Greet. So, and I'll put that in the comments if y'all want to add yourself to the page, and maybe that could save some time on the Zoom if you want to connect with others or you had questions. So
I think there's another one already too. It's called Cerca Trova Warriors, but I don't care, y'all. Y'all can make it. It's gonna be a lot of us, so y'all can make as many groups as y'all need to. Just don't nobody be in there line saying you me though. That's it. I don't care. Don't say Cerca said either, because I will come looking for y'all.
Okay, my son had a
yes.
I have 2 questions. It's about God. Was God made like a grown-up, or was he like born with parents?
So God does not have either. His son, which is a part of him, had a human mother and then a spirit father.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So kind of like a ghost dad. Have you ever seen that movie, Ghost Dad?
No.
No? You got to watch it. It's pretty cool. It's a good movie. So it's kind of like Ghost Dad, if you ever get a chance to watch it. But yes, is there another one?
No, that was just my 2 questions.
I thought you was going to ask her about Pokemon.
You want to know about Pokemon, Pocket Monsters?
I kind of do. A little bit.
Okay, so do you dream a lot?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Don't look at your mom. Mom, close your eyes, because I don't want him to look for your approval when I ask this question. So, is there ever anything scary that you dream about, or do you ever feel scared anywhere in your house?
I feel scared in the darkness sometimes. That's a few times I did, yeah, that's really all.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you do when you feel scared?
You know, I have feeling like somebody's following you, and like you. Yeah, that's what I do sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So that happens to me too, and it used to happen to me normally when I was going down a hallway. It felt like when I was in kind of like a tight space, or going downstairs sometimes or whatever, So if you ever feel that, all you have to do is say the blood of Jesus. And if there is a feeling that's making you feel scary, it will have to go away if you say that. Did you know that?
Okay.
Okay. I know it sounds, you don't even have to say it out loud. You can say it in your mind. Did you know that?
Yes. Mom told me.
So you're not crazy. Sometimes I feel things behind me too. But if you got a good angel on your side, then you're going to feel somebody next to you though, right? Like a guardian angel. So they might bump into you every once in a while. We don't know. trip you every once in a while, maybe.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know how to explain it to him, so.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, baby.
Oh.
Okay. Miss Tammy.
I was just I started my course. It was two things. One I done forgot, but the other one was about the medications. In my case, I done told my kids when the mark come out, if I'm still around, I don't care what happens. I don't care what state I'm in. Let me be in that state. I'm in a situation where I don't have a thyroid anymore because I had thyroid cancer. And without that medication, I'll go into a coma and eventually die. So just let me be whatever state I'm in and let me go on out of here. Because if we can't find an herb to replace that hormone in my body, because that's a major organ. Mm-hmm. So if you can't find an herb to replace that, if I haven't found some way to get that, by that point, just let me be where I'm at. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be all right.
And the thing is, y'all, God is a healer still. If he can allow a woman of like 90 years old that hasn't had a cycle for 30 years or however long, have a baby when there's no menstruation whatsoever, you see what I'm saying? If he, like I told those doctors with my baby's eye, I said, I don't care what y'all say. She's going to be healed. It doesn't matter what y'all medicine say and what can't. Listen, when I told you that my godmother's grandson, he was born without bones, the little ball things in his hips that allow you to move and do this in your thing, and they grew in a year. How do the bones grow a year after you out of the womb? I also know a lady right here in Missouri where I'm at. When I did hair, y'all, it was this lady I met here. She needed a new heart valve because her cholesterol had closed up one of her heart valves, right? And they was talking about putting a pig valve in her, and she didn't want that, right? Do y'all know that woman prayed and said, God, well, just grow me another heart valve. Do y'all know when she went back, her heart had grew another heart valve? She's alive here right now in the state where I'm at. How old are you now? Mind y'all, she was already 50, y'all. She was over 50. So if God can grow another heart valve, guess what else he can grow?
Exactly.
He can grow another thyroid too.
Yeah, he can.
He sure can. We don't got to be making no dead things. My dad moves matter. He can manipulate matter. So why can't he grow one? He can grow an eye. He can grow whatever he wants.
Exactly.
We ain't doing no dead stuff. Thank you for our new thyroid. Now,
exactly.
Wow, the
but
doctor.
You know how people around you never know where they are in their faith. I try not to think for other people. So my thing is, because I didn't read The Left Behind. I even read the 666. I've read all of those years ago. And I've read how, the people, how people get fearful. Mm-hmm. They say one thing, but they do something else. And I read how, there were spouses and family members who out of fear had those people coming in and giving people the mark so they could get the medical attention. Don't do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
I told you that where my faith is, and I'm willing to die or do whatever God want me to do to be who God called me to be. Don't you turn around and have them putting nothing in me going against what God done told me to do because you're afraid.
Right.
Leave me be. Let God do what God gonna do.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mama. She said, yeah. All right, Miss Sabrina.
I just wanted to touch on the whole medical thing and, how everybody was talking about sleeping and having issues sleeping and stuff. So I have narcolepsy. I've had it. My father has it. Okay. Thanks, Dad. I got his feet and his narcolepsy. Anyways, I was diagnosed in my early 20s and stuff. But before I found out I had narcolepsy, I suffered from sleep paralysis. When I went to my neurologist, I told him all the stuff. I was seeing things. sleep paralysis, with y'all that experienced it, super scary. It feels like pins and needles all over your body, like your foot's asleep, but like 10 times worse and all over your body. And the faster you try to wake up, the heavier it gets. And it's like, nope, sit down. Like, that's how it is for me, at least. Anyways, my doctor I was on Adderall, I was on all that. They put me on that as a child because I had ADHD. It ended up me up in the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack, first of all. Never again. As an adult, I found out I had narcolepsy. They tried to give me a medication that it was a government controlled substance, that it had to be a UPS delivered to my house. I had to sign for it, and I had to get a nurse assigned to me to give me wellness checkup calls twice a week. I had to watch an instruction. I didn't take this medicine, just so y'all can relax. I didn't take this medicine, but this
No,
was
I'm
like,
just thinking like,
yeah, no, this was like the whole base behind it. I had to watch an instructional DVD. First of all, okay, I have narcolepsy. Like, I already said that, but like, it's not just, oh, you fall asleep fast. It's not just that. It's way much more to it. I have cataplexy as well, which is basically your brain stops sending signals to your muscles because it's trying to reserve enough energy for like your brain and everything else. So my limbs get real heavy and I'm just real groggy and I feel bad. So imagine me, I had to wake up twice. I had to take it before I went to bed. And then I had to wake up 3 hours later to take another thing. And then if I took too much, I could end up in a coma and die. So you're telling me with somebody with a neurological sleeping condition that's going to wake up groggy, I can possibly take the wrong thing. And my dad was like, no, you're not taking that. I was like, it wasn't even no question. I was like, I'll suffer until falling asleep, but I'd rather not be able to sleep than be asleep forever.
yeah.
But it's just crazy. They just give you all things willy-nilly. Like, oh yeah, well, you'll be fine. You'll sign a doctor. And the nurse was calling me, hey, I just want to know if you took that medication. I said, honestly, ma'am, I'm not doing that. Like, sorry, thanks, but no thanks. Like, oh, but it'll really, nope, I'd rather not sleep. I'll take not ginger tea, one of those herbal teas. I'll do something else, but I'm not putting myself in a coma just because I get sleep paralysis. Like, yeah. I'll deal.
Yeah. I mean, and they basically have you put your life in jeopardy, which is really, really crazy. And it's sad because it's like, I have a family, I have, people, and it's a real thing, y'all, but they thinking about making money. Like I told y'all, the lady that I just met, I told her, God kept telling me to tell her, hey, your doctor's trying to kill you. Y'all don't think the doctors go and get insurance on y'all, but they have all y'all information. They have all of y'all information.
And my insurance company, and most insurances, like I had a holistic doctor around my area. She even wrote a letter. She's like, guys, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to pay $200 out of pocket, obviously for her knowledge and stuff like that. But she's like, insurance and the big pharma does not see me as beneficial for your body, so your insurance won't cover it. But all she did was take this really close picture of my eye and prick my finger, and like she's like, oh, you're O negative, and this and this and that, whatever. She told me, she was like, did you ever break your foot? I'm sorry, I'll cut it off. I'm done.
Yeah, because
she told me things that doctors never told me.
Yes.
I get so excited. I'm sorry, but yeah.
No, it's okay. Like, we can come back to you. I just want to make sure, y'all. And if you guys already talked, can y'all take y'all hand down so that the people that have been can go to the top? Can y'all take y'all hand down for me? The people that already got a shit, Miss Debbie and Miss Sabrina. Thank you, ladies. We'll come back to y'all. I just want to make sure that everybody gets the chance, y'all, because the time gets away from us. Miss Jessica, go ahead.
Is that me? Sorry. I just wanted to add to Miss Tammy because I also was diagnosed with thyroid cancer and I had my thyroids removed. I know I've commented on your lives before about the thyroid stuff. I am JM. I was going to tell her what I started doing, and I know that I've read into the whole thyroid thing. If you stop taking it, you'll eventually go into a coma. What I started doing, I started fasting. I fast more often. I pray and I ask God every day. But one thing that I did start to do, I started taking sea moss. Sea moss is high in iodine and it has over 97 of the vitamins and minerals that we take. And Miss Tammy, I was going to say, you don't have to stop taking your medicine completely, But what you can do, you can start taking iodine with your thyroid medication. And remember, the thyroid gland can also regenerate on its own. And I didn't take the radioactive iodine because I did read, because they're trying to kill what's left of it with the radioactive iodine. Is that pill that they make you take. They kill what's left of it. I didn't take it. And I remember my surgeon was telling me, hey, all you have to do is just eat green, eat vegetables, stop eating meat. He was kind of helping me. He's like, just stop eating it. Just stop. He's like, go vegan. He's like, that's what you can do for your thyroid. And honestly, I think I want to be one of the first person to stop taking my medicine.
You guys gotta turn your phone off.
Sorry.
Where's that hand button? I'm not interrupting. I'm sorry. Where's that hand button? That button.
It's at the bottom. You just wave your hand across the bottom, right?
No, where it says more, you click on it. Like if you're gonna look at the chat, and it'll say like chat, meeting settings, whatever. And then right on the bottom, it says raise hand.
Thank you, guys.
Well, see, mine I wave at the bottom and it makes my hand go up.
Because you're the host.
Oh, see, y'all didn't know.
Oh, so sorry. So I honestly, I've been trying to get into groups and try to find out if anybody has stopped taking their medicine, but everyone dooms me for it. Like, oh, don't do it. You're going to get into like a coma and blah, blah, blah. I've been fasting and I've done days without taking it and just taking sea moss. I take 4 full tablespoons of sea moss and I feel good. What I'm going to start doing, I'm going to just go take labs once in a while and see where that is at. But I would suggest try to research a little bit more and don't go for what the specialists tell you, because they just try to take you to keep getting to take that medicine. Me, long story short, when they took out my thyroids, I wasn't able to intake calcium anymore. I had to take 12 Tums, 3 to 4 times a day, the big Tums, and that's calcium carbonate. What it does, it also makes cancer in your body. Calcium carbonate, when you take too much, it messes you up. I was taking calcium carbonate without knowing. I suffer from pins and needles all over the place. My fingers go all messed up, but I take that sea moss and I stopped taking calcium and I feel good. No brain fog. I don't, I'm just kind of scared to completely stop taking my meds, but I'm taking sea moss and I feel good.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Jessica. See, this is the thing,
Thank you so
guys.
much for that. And see, the thing is, God bless me, because that was actually the only problem I had. My thyroid levels were always fine. I had a goiter because it was full of cancer. That was, and actually it had cancer from the time I was born. Literally, I grew up until in my 20s and it was huge. It had my esophagus moved over.
Mess with your voice.
In my 20s, they took it out. It was
He's a good for nothing child, I swear down.
Literally, they took it out.
He's an idiot.
And God kept me. And that's
Good
the only problem I
nothing.
ever had. And I haven't had any other problems since they took it out. And I just have to keep taking the thyroid medicine and that's it.
I'm taking 224 micrograms of levothyroxine.
Okay, guys, can you guys email each other so we can move on to the next people? Thank you, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude, y'all, but I just be wanting everybody to talk, but we got to get moving. If you've already raised your hand, so everybody can get to the top, y'all. Okay.
Marie, can you mute your mic? Can you mute yourself, Marie?
I don't know how to say. Is it Jay? Thank you.
Jack Fact, how you doing? Pleasure to meet you. I was sitting here listening to everybody, and when they talk about pharmaceuticals, I do a lot of customers that are pharmaceutical reps. And one situation, they was in my office, and they
y'all.
Then 411 goes up,
Brenda,
hold on, y'all. I got it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and one day he was in there and he was saying the company had called him and told him that the doctor didn't write enough prescriptions for people to take. So he was trying to explain to the company that they don't take medicine right around the pharmacy. They take it somewhere else. So they made him go back and tell them to sell more, to write more prescriptions because he wasn't writing enough.
Yeah, and they'll know that medicine is going to kill you too. They know exactly what's happening. They know exactly how many prescriptions they need to write before they get their medical malpractice suits, before people start dying. They do these tests on animals and stuff. They know exactly what's going to happen. Do you see what I'm saying? And I told y'all, I knew a pharmaceutical sales rep. And I'm like, wow. So y'all don't even care that this stuff is killing people? Y'all just trying to write y'all checks?
And one thing they don't tell the people to do is detox their body. My dad is 80-something, almost 90 years old, not on any medication. He detoxes his body once a month. He used herbal tea to detox his body, and he don't take any medication because of the detoxing of his body.
Can I tell y'all something? How many people, okay, real quick, y'all, when they give you a prescription and all of those extra pages are added, how many of y'all actually go look up what all is in there and what the side effects are? And if you start to, literally look it up and then look up if it counteracts any of the other medicine or vitamins that you are taking, y'all.
I'll look it up. I'm looking up everything. I'm sorry. I'm always on Google.
Okay, y'all, hold on. When I ask a question, it's kind of like rhetorical. I know, but I definitely want to I'm just saying we thinking about it. You know what I mean? So, Ms. Jackfat, thank you so much for that information, and hopefully everybody is listening. I'm serious because it's the thing. So let's go to Miss Rochelle real quick. You got to take off your.
Peace and blessings, everyone. I just want to make two points. Like, is it possible that we can get like another Zoom? I know in the future she would, for everyone that wants to just chit chat talk, that everyone can chit chat talk, get their feelings, how their day was, and things like we talk about with the vitamins and all that other stuff. Could we do like another Zoom in the future for just stuff like that? Because me personally, and I hate to sound selfish or disrespectful or anything, because when she get here, I just want to pick her brain. And what books are we reading out of today? Are we reading, let me know which book we reading out of. So when we get the book reading, I'll be on point. That's all I got to say.
Okay, y'all. So I wanna let everybody know something, okay? And this is a thing. So everybody is able to connect outside of here. Okay, everybody, y'all can connect outside of here. Y'all can exchange phone numbers, y'all can exchange emails, but this meeting space is however God wants this to go. So if we don't read about what it is, but we don't know how many people on here that this information could be vital to their livelihood, y'all, whether it be hearing about molestation, whether it be somebody saying they just got off drugs. See, one of the things that I noticed is it is always going to be the main people saying something. I get it. But we got however many other people on here, 3 rows, 4 rows, plus we got people on YouTube, y'all. And we have people over here on TikTok that need to hear all of these stories. Because we do not know what situations people are in. And if it was you, and you were the person that needed to hear just someone else that had went through your story and made it out, and this is where you come to get it. So y'all, like I said, we outside, which means there is no real rules. I get it. But I also lead y'all to the books now. If I haven't, like I said, I'm getting the email thing together and I'm learning, because y'all, I didn't know none of this was going to happen. I didn't expect any of it, right? So I'm not saying the only place that y'all can meet is here. I'm just saying, don't say I said it, and don't be putting words in my mouth, right? That's all I'm saying. Y'all can have as many groups as y'all want because y'all grown, and I want us to branch out. So call it whatever you want to. Everybody can make a group on Facebook. It don't bother me. Just please don't use my name if you're gonna be spewing craziness. Just don't do that. You see what I'm saying? Don't be saying no crazy stuff that I didn't say it or whatever. But if y'all want to connect outside of here and talk, please do connect. Because when we come here, like I told y'all, I never know what God, I be having stuff. But God let some other stuff happen, and I let his will be done. But I do say, okay, let's get 2 minutes, because what y'all don't understand is too, I know y'all be having stuff to do. I know everybody can't be here for 3 hours, and I be wanting everybody to, because what we gonna do when it's 1,000 of us? Right now, just on here, it's only 112 on here. But if we did have 1,000 people in this class, what y'all gonna do then? Because we got seats for 1,000. And then we got 300 on here. And if all those people that come and watch come to this actual Zoom, you might be waiting a long time. So if you're impatient, maybe don't come every day, maybe come every other day. Because I don't want nobody here with and I'm not saying this against nobody, but I'm going to be honest, I snap back, y'all. So just know that, because I'm a regular person and I can go back in my turtle shell, and hate to say it, I love y'all, but I don't got to talk to nobody either. I know how to hang up too. You see what I'm saying? And type crazy comments as well. I'm just saying. So I just want y'all to know, we all are getting to know each other. We are learning. We're going to have to learn to be patient. We're going to have to learn to be understanding. We're going to have to learn to raise our hands, not talk. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all, this is about showing courtesy. Y'all, this is service. When you're doing service, if we working in service, you wait on other folks. Right? And God calls us to be servants. So it's not always asserting your way to the front of the thing. You see what I mean? Sometimes, and get this, y'all, one of the things too, how do y'all know that these testimonies are not going to be for somebody in your family? Because you might hear something and not know that somebody in your family is suffering. And then you hear it on here and go and be like, oh my God, it was a lady on the Zoom or a man on the Zoom that just said, wooty wow, like all of this information ain't for nothing. I promise y'all it's not. You know what I mean? So I don't try to take control of it. As y'all see, I really sit back now. If it gets to going long, I'm like, okay, y'all, because I do have other stuff to do as well. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that I don't be wanting nobody to be on here, but I want everybody to get a chance to be able to talk and vent, because they might have been on here 7 days on the Zoom and never got to say nothing. Because whenever they do get ready to say something, somebody knocks them out or somebody just start talking. So we just all have to be mindful. You know? And like I said, I haven't got a phone yet. I'm still working that out with the Google number. So if people want to call me directly, but I just wonder if y'all gonna honor the 30-minute rule and not be trying to go over that and be mad because I got to get off the phone and talk to somebody else. You know what I mean? For real, because we have to respect other people's time, y'all. And you can't get upset about that because everybody wants to be heard. And I'm not nobody mama or daddy. Y'all can talk to whoever y'all want to as much as y'all want to about whatever. I don't care about the groups or nothing. I think it's good. You see what I'm saying? But if you come here, just know you might be waiting a minute. Y'all still love me? It's okay. My first family already got rid of me. I love y'all.
You ain't getting rid of us that easy.
You're stuck with us.
We will track you down.
Not track me down. See, that's what I'm talking about.
That is no
You
getting rid
stuck
of
with
us.
us now, Circle. We ain't going nowhere. You stuck with us.
Not at all. You can't get rid of us that easy.
I really do want y'all to form groups out of here. I do, because guess what? We don't never know who looking in those groups. We can reach more the more groups that we start. Because yes, y'all gonna tell somebody about the group. They don't necessarily got it. Okay, y'all look. Let me show y'all how y'all know I ain't that type of person. Y'all got all the books I got. If I wanted to be the only one that had the information, I would have just been reading to y'all out of it and never told y'all where to go get it. The reason being is because I want y'all to be able to share it. I just want y'all to be able to share it correctly. Okay, that's all. So, because it's going to get to a point where y'all just coming here to tell me all the good news about y'all Bible studies that y'all having in y'all cities. That's what I'm looking forward to. I done had a Bible study with 2 people I never had. And then they brought 2 more people. And then they brought 2 more people. We starting the whole X movement around here just in 2022. Because it's 22. Pew, pew, pew. I mean, I'm seeing, you know what I mean? Like, for real, y'all. So I'm not the type of person that only wants y'all to be here with me because I want everybody talking to me. And no, go talk. That's the thing. Get the information, read it, and share it. Just share it correctly, y'all. So we don't sound, because don't be saying Cerca Trova said. Don't, if it sound crazy, because I tell you, I did not say that. They is lying. And the truth ain't in them. Because I did say that. I did not say it. Okay. So Mr. Zarvis, and then Mrs. Keisha or Kimberly. See, it be moving, y'all. It be flip-flopping. Go ahead.
Yes. How you doing this afternoon, tonight? I should say.
I'm good.
I was just listening to everybody. I'm listening about the pharmacy and the different herbs and everything like that. But my thing is, I've been an epileptic ever since I was 16. I've been an epileptic for a little bit over 20 years. And I just take one main medication, just a couple of pills. But I want to know what should I do if I want to reduce the medication or want to be off of it completely. Because the lady that's an herbalist or whatever, I heard what she was saying.
I got a question real quick. Have you read the Testament of Solomon?
Some of it, I don't quite fully understand it. And the lesser,
not the lesser. Not the lesser. No. Do you have the Old Testament Supergrapher?
I use a PDF.
Okay.
I don't have the book. I use PDF.
Okay. I need you to go to the end of your book 1 and go to the Testament of Solomon in there and go to page. Get a pen so you can write this down, sir. Hold on. Or something. Whatever marker, it don't matter.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I need you to read the Testament of Solomon, and in your PDF, the actual page number on the page is 973. So it might be like 1,000 and something on your PDF.
Mm-hmm.
Because it says there that Solomon interrogates the three-headed dragon spirit, head of the dragons, and learns how he is thwarted or how he is pushed away, right? And one of the things that he does is relevant to your epilepsy. Okay? And I want you to read it so that you can get the revelation of that, to see if maybe that's something that maybe you won't have to be taking no medicine if there's a pastor around you that knows how to pray and knows the name of the spirit that causes epilepsy. Because it's in here.
My thing is, it's inherited.
Oh my goodness.
You said what?
It's inherited. It comes from what I understand. It comes from my grandfather to my mother. And then I end up getting it, and I have a few cousins that have it. So it's an inherited disease.
A generational curse.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the spirits attached, y'all. Alcoholism ain't nothing but a generational curse. Mental illness, it's a spirit that has traveled with that family from generation to generation. That's all it is. And once you know the name of it, because what if one of your former family members got into a situation that they didn't know what they was doing, and that is something that has been able to just attach to y'all family because it has a right. But if you learn what that is and you tell that spirit, you don't get to travel to the next generation, and you understand that it is a spirit and not, because spirits are inherited. They are. We know that, right? They come along with the angels. That's why they tell you the demons been here a lot longer than you, and you be trying to call yourself fooling with them. They've been here. They didn't watch everybody in your bloodline. So they know y'all traits because genetics passes it down, right? You stand like your mama, you act like your daddy, you laugh like your grandma, you look like your cousin. Okay, well, they didn't have time to study us. They was here before us, right? So please read page 973 in the Testament of Solomon. I'm not saying that it is, but I want you to, it's chapter 12 of the Testament of Solomon. I want you to read that and see what you think about that.
Okay, I appreciate it.
My grapher. Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Miss Renee Thomas.
Hi. Yes. You know what? I just have a question.
And I just put it in the chat, what about children with disabilities? Because both of my grandkids have microcephaly, and they do suffer from, well, my oldest granddaughter, she suffers from epilepsy, but their brains are wired differently and they don't feel pain. However, they cannot communicate, they can't speak, they can't really walk yet. And so is that a generational curse? Because no one in our family has it. And no one in the mother's family has it. So I have 2 grandkids that have microcephaly, and they used to call them pinheads.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know the
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you know what? Okay. So,
and my granddaughter do talk to the angels because she's always smiling and she's laughing, and I know that they're talking to her. I know that.
So there's I believe it was Peter. There's a story, and I think it's in Paul and Thecla. I don't know if you got a chance to read that, about his daughter. She has cerebral palsy. Did you read it?
No, not yet.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, it's in Paul and Thecla. If not, I'll find exactly where it is. But his daughter has cerebral palsy. It was either Peter, I think it was Peter or Paul. I believe it was Peter. And people were asking him, well, if you have the gift of healing, why don't you heal your daughter? And he said, well, what you don't know is God showed me a dream or gave me a vision of how my daughter would be if she were whole. And it says that she would have caused a lot of men to lose their souls. So he said, before she was born, God asked him, do you want her to be born whole or do you want her to be born lame? God gave him the opportunity to have his daughter born completely whole. But if she was whole, she was going to be, excuse my language, hell on wheels. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So sometimes there are things that God, but he said, just so y'all don't think that God is not a healer. She has severe cerebral palsy, never walked, never anything. Okay. He said, get up and come here. And the cerebral palsy was lifted off of her, and she walked to her daddy, and she never walked. She was 12. And then he said, now go lie down and thy infirmities be back on thee. And the cerebral palsy came back on her. If she would have been a normal person with no disability, she would have caused a lot of men to go to hell. So he gave her parents the choice. Do you want your daughter to cause a lot of people to go to hell, or do you want her to be in this condition and she gonna make it to heaven and not cause nobody to go to hell? Isn't that an interesting story? It's like, God, why would you do that? But we think, oh no, but we don't know who that person would have grown up to be.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? So not saying that is it, but I want you to go check that out too. Check that out. And then also look at genetic disorders. Because a lot of this stuff, if you look at pictures of ancient peoples, you will see what they call a genetic disorder. Sometimes there was a whole race of people that had that ability. And like you said, no pain. Some of that stuff is not always bad. Some of it is an actual superpower. Like I be telling people, a lot of disabled people have superpowers that people don't know that they have. Like a lot of children that have autism are extremely brilliant. They can remember stuff that's older than, how do you even know that, kids? Their memories are like a whole computer.
Right.
Can tell you what they wore, when they wore. So I'm not saying that it is that. I'm just saying I want you to definitely look at that, because sometimes we don't understand why God allows things, but he knows what would have been.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You think
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Keisha.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. I just had a question. I don't want to take it off the topic, but I did have a question from yesterday when we were talking about stumbling blocks. And my main question is, if, say for instance, I have a situation where I am at the point where I have forgiven everyone that has hurt me or has done something wrong to me, but I still feel that guiltiness, I guess that guiltiness or the heaviness of it, but I say with my lips that I forgive them, but I still feel like somewhere that it's still not fully forgiven if I come across that person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How do I deal with that particular situation? Yeah.
Your thank you list. One, if you have to do a thank you list every day, just a short one on like a little sticky or something. You can ask for forgiveness. You can ask forgiveness to like at the bottom of your thank you list, ask for total forgiveness for other people and for yourself. Right?
Right. So, but then what if I don't want to feel like I'm lying to God if I'm saying I forgive them, but I come in contact or I say I'm in the presence of that person. It's that weird tension, it is. And it's just like, how do you actually let that go and let go and let God,
He says, thank me in advance. This is why I said the thank you list. Thank me in advance for the things you already want me to do. So whatever you want him to let go, you want him to take that. I already know the feeling, baby, because I don't do folks that get that you get to make in my stomach and that's, baby, I don't want to come around you because I'm not going to be irritated being around you, right? So, but he says, thank me in advance for the things you want me to do. So ask him to take that feeling away, mama. And if you have to do it every day, just tell him thank you for doing it. It's going to take time. It's okay. You're human. People fail to realize that it's okay to have emotions, y'all. God gave them to us, right? But if you let it stay is the issue. The fact that you don't want it to be there is a sign that it's already changing already. Because you don't want it. Most people, when they angry and they want to hold on to that. Do you see what I'm saying? But you already said, no, I don't want this. I want to let it go. I don't want it here. So just start thanking God in advance. And I know that sounds so simple, but it really do be that simple. Just start telling them, girl, we have the thank you list because it started with me. And I had to thank the people that I wanted to spit in their face if I could. That's assault. I don't say that to y'all being funny. I say it because that's how I felt. Whoops. Can I hit her in her lip once or twice before I ask her to forgive me?
Listen, I'm here to tell you, I feel like I'm one of those. I'm just now coming to the understanding that I'm one of those spirits that other people are so bothered with. It doesn't matter if I speak. I don't even have to open my mouth, say hi. I feel like it's so many people who antagonize me intentionally. I can be at the drive-through. I can be at the Walmart, and it's so much evil around me. And it's just like, I have to come to a point where I'm like, okay, I have to forgive. I have to let go and try to clear my mind, but it's so hard. It is so hard.
I just want to say this, mama. Remember, I keep telling y'all, God has to use something as strong as you to cut you so that your light can shine the way that it's supposed to. Okay? So you have to realize that your test, while everybody is always coming at you, is because God wants to get you to the point where it don't move your stomach. And the only way to do that is to keep putting you in this situation. Because you're going to learn self-control.
Yes, that's what I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. So pray for me, y'all.
We praying for you. We definitely praying for y'all. Okay, y'all, give me 2 seconds. I am going to take a break and go to the restroom real quick because my tea is moving through my body. We've been talking about herbal tea, and I had some black chai today, 2 bags. Clean my system. But yeah, so I'll be right back. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves or whatever y'all need to do. I'll be right back at 7:57. We probably gonna end at like 8:30. So I see 2 hands up. We got Keish. Oh, well, I just talked to Miss Keish. We got Antonia, and I think that's it as far as hands. And then whatever, if y'all wanted to go over what we was reading earlier, that'll be okay too. I'll be right back, y'all.
I want to jump in real quick and tell Miss Keisha, I don't know if you've seen that movie, The Shack, but I ended up watching it because Sister Bonner recommended it. I cried the whole time, but there was a part in there where one of the characters, God is telling them, like, I brought you here to do something that's going to be painful for you to do, but it's part of, like, it's something necessary. And he had to forgive. And just saying it was hard. And as soon as he said, like, okay, I forgive them, he immediately turns around. He's like, but I'm so angry. And the response from God was, and you might have to forgive them 1,000 times before you feel it 100%, you know, like inside of you. So it's just one of those repetitive
I'm sorry, I don't mean
processes.
to interrupt you. Where did you watch this movie at?
Netflix.
Check it out on Tubi.
Thank you.
Or
Thank you so much.
Hulu. It's
Can I
called
add to
The
that right
Shack.
quick, ladies? Can I add to that? Have you all read the scripture? You seen the scripture where it says to turn the other cheek?
Yeah.
Okay, investigate that. Read a little bit further, because also it says that we do turn the other cheek, right? He don't care who they are. He don't care if they are loved ones or a stranger down the street. We accept, we turn the other cheek, we forgive them. Then we remove ourselves from them so they won't continue to, mistreat, make us miserable, abuse. So once you forgive them, God does know, because you can't lie to him, no matter how you can lie to me, down the street. But you can't lie to God, because he does. When we use that cliche, oh, God knows my heart, it's not just a cliche. He actually does. And he knows when to forgive you. He actually knows when to forgive you. He ain't gonna just forgive you because you say it. No, ma'am. No, sir. I'm like Cerca. He's not gonna do that, because he knows a sincere and supplicated heart when that person does it. Is it overnight? Is it instant? No, ma'am, it's not. It's not. But prayer does work. And believing that you want forgiveness from God, it helps you along to try to be forgiven, because you can't forgive somebody. You cannot not forgive somebody and want God to forgive you. You see what I'm saying? So we got to think about the fact that we want forgiveness. We do have to forgive others. Do we have to stay in their presence? No. He said, love your fellow man, the way I love you. But you don't have to be in their presence. You don't have to walk around with them. You don't have to hang with them. You remove yourself, or yourself from people making you miserable and causing you pain and heartache. You don't stick around with people that's going to continue to bring hell and havoc in your life. I don't care if it's your sister, brother, your husband, your
I've
mama.
already had to remove myself from so many situations because
You got to ask him to remove.
evident.
You don't have to ask him to remove, you're removed. But again, go and find that chapter, that scripture says to turn the other cheek, and continue to read and it explains to exactly what that means about turning that other cheeks. Because he also said, when a person have wronged, or if you've wronged somebody, he said, you go to them not once, not twice, but 3 times. He said, if they don't accept your forgiveness on that third time, he said, you shake the dust off your shoe and you keep it moving, because you did everything you can do. You don't have to continue to beg people to forgive you. You go to, you ask them, and if they don't, that third time, you move around. There's a lot of ways that God.
I know that's right. That's right.
And content with ourselves. And he knows what we're gonna do. He knows our heart for real. He truly knows our heart. And one more question, y'all. I cannot find that raise hand button on this computer. I can't find it on this computer. I have a MacBook Air, and I don't see the buttons that y'all talking about with your hands.
Go to participants. It's under there, because I had the same issue. I have the same thing.
I see
See where I see participants at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, click that.
Invite. I did. I see invite, and I see something with the boxes in a long line there.
Do you see the reaction button below?
A reaction button?
On the MacBook.
Do you see like 3 dots?
Where, babe?
She's on the
line
computer.
that
She
you
won't be
see is
able
where
to
the
see the
head
dots
is.
on the computer. She won't be able to
The
see the
line-
dots on the computer.
Mine
does
under
the line-
reaction. On the bottom of your screen, there should be reaction button.
I see
It
that.
look like a smiley
Click
face.
on it,
Click
and you're
on
gonna see
reaction.
the hand. You have the same computer.
I see thumbs up.
Yep.
Oh,
There you
see
go.
it.
There you go.
Thank you, baby. Because I'm like, why don't this button? Thank you so much. So
y'all, I want
again, look into that, read that scripture, because I tell you, and also buy this book, y'all. If y'all can find it anywhere.
Pocket what?
Pocket Herbal Reference Guide for all herbs. It helps. It helps.
Can you show the book again, please?
It's called Pocket Herbal Reference Guide. This might not be the same one you might find today because I've had this for a while, but it's Pocket Herbal Reference Guide. And in here, it has all of the herbs and natural foods that God created for us to eat. And it also tells you what each one is good for the body. Pocket Herbal Reference Guide.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's by Deborah Nuzzi, Nuzzi.
Can I say something?
Can I piggyback off that one too?
While we're on here, when we go back to what is it called? TikTok, when we're in her when she's on live, everyone start following everyone else. That's what I do. Follow everyone else. Because like she said, we could still build a community. Because I know she be having a lot of people wants her time and energy. And I get that. And all of us, we want to tell our stories and stuff. And we're building a community. So in order for her to help us with this, if everyone follow everyone, I mean, you might not want to give people your number, but you might have an email you want to do. I'm going to call you Miss 758-441 down there that was talking. Mama, right there with the pillow, just told us about the book. Mama.
Yes, love.
Like Mama can have something. Mama can tell us about, she can have a different day where she get on here and tell us all about different herbs and medicines and stuff. Somebody else can have a day where they get on here, like or she could do it with the lady who do the herbs. That's an herbologist, or whatever you call it.
Herbalist.
We can broaden this in so many
Do
different
some
ways.
other ways.
That is fab. It blows my mind. But Trova don't have a lot. Excuse me for my voice, y'all. My son went in the military yesterday, so I was crying and yelling at the same time. We got but we can do this in so many different ways. Whereas though when she hops in, she can do her thing, and we had time to bond, and we had time to talk, and we had the time to do so many different things. Because I know she give us hey, y'all got like 2 hours of my time.
She skip out on us?
You know, and I want to make sure she has her time to do what she wants to. For some of us, I work from home. I could be on here for 4 or 5 hours, you know, talking to people, and if we need to hear, get to know you. And I have a lot of books. I have tons of books. I mean, literally, when I say I sleep, this how I sleep.
I thought I was bad.
This how I sleep. And if you can see over there, I got a little bookshelf over there. So, you know, we all in here, sisters, brothers. We all amongst each other. I ain't gonna keep it long, but we can. I'll what do you call it? Friend of friend. You know, and we can make this a community.
Gilgamesh was $2.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
We could even make a Trova can make she can call it a Trova 2 page, and we could all be on there, and another page where the moderators can do it, you know, just something, everybody get an input. I don't mind being no secretary or something, because I always got a computer right here in front of me. Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm gonna let somebody else talk. I know.
No, I just want to say, y'all don't gotta put my name on it. Y'all can call it whatever y'all like. If God has put a name down in your heart for the group, it don't have to be associated with me, y'all. This ain't a code. I'm telling y'all can call it the Rainbow Riders if y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
If God is telling us, what if God is telling us to put your name on there?
Well, I'm going to tell y'all why I'm leery of that, y'all. Because then people can say that I said, or that it is my belief. And everybody here got beliefs that's different. And I don't know all of y'all. I ain't about to front y'all my family, but it's just like a mama having a baby. I don't know you and you don't know me. We got to get to know each other. You see what I'm saying?
And that's where the problem come even with masters, with reverends and priests. They always want to say the minister said, or the pastor said. No, we got to start saying what God said in his word. Can't Trova, you're that link. You're the beginning of the link in this change. However, when we study and read like you having us do, we got to recite and say, this is what the word said. Not Cerca Trova, because I got what you're saying, babe. Don't be walking around here lying on her saying, well, she said this. No. Tell us what you read. You know what I'm saying?
That part. Part.
Because what you read. Tell us what the Lord said for you to say. Right, I got you.
We can call it books over. What's them bags? What she been saying?
Books over Birkins.
Birkins. So when somebody say, "Hey, I heard about this group that's just phenomenal," hey, that's the Books Over Birkins group. It could be that.
Right.
Yeah, or yeah.
God's word.
My thing is this, y'all. Okay, so one of the reasons that I say we outside is because when you start having to put rules to stuff, then it becomes church all over again. And it gotta be called this. And I don't want that, y'all. I'm outside. That's why when everybody keep trying to wait real quick, Miss Debbie, I'm like, look, y'all got it. But y'all got to know, it's been people telling me what I need to be doing with what I've been doing for a long time, right? For real, y'all. And I just want y'all to know, I don't want y'all to feel like we have to bring the boxed system over here. We are free. It don't have to have a name. You can put all of it on your thing. We don't have to box everything in, y'all, because then we start all over. We got to be this and we got to be that and we got to have this. And no, we free. We're going to let the God move however you want to. If y'all want to start groups, if y'all want to talk, if y'all want to meet up, everything. Because anything that is happening, God is getting the benefit on it as long as our spirits are right and why we are doing it. You see what I'm saying? That's my most important thing, is that y'all get the information so that you can take it into your community and change people's minds about how God thinks. About how he works. Maybe the person like y'all don't know. I got an email today and then I was on live this morning and it was a gentleman. I don't know if he's here or not, but he let me know. He said, just being in this time and listening to some of the things we talk about saved his marriage, y'all. He's easily over 60, probably 55 or 60 years old. Y'all would not believe the emails that I get. And this is why it's taking me so long, because I'm actually going to respond to them, because it's a lot of people's lives being changed, y'all. That's why I don't want to start trying to put all of the rules and all of that, because people feel free to come here and talk. People feel free to tell their testimonies. And guess what? Y'all don't know how many calls I get from people that I know that are watching it and they're like, oh my God, they be writing y'all names down. Okay, so I'm praying for this person and her testimony touched me and his test. I'm like, oh, so you was sneaking in the live too, huh? Y'all was sneaking in, right? So y'all don't know. We got people in South Africa, y'all, watching this. This is why I say I don't want a lot of arguing and fussing and talking over and all of that stuff, because we literally have people all around the world watching us, y'all.
Yes.
So we don't know who that ain't said nothing, then show somebody at their job, that they show somebody, y'all. So that's why I don't want to start putting rules and regulations, and I don't want to do that, because we free. Now we can make ourselves under bondage because we're used to being under bondage, and we're used to saying you have to have a head, and God is our head.
That's right.
He's the leader of everything that we do. It ain't nobody else. God is the leader. That's why people used to ask me, well, who is your leader? God. The same one that led Moses, the same one that led Abraham, the same one that led Ezekiel, and all of them, because they was in the wilderness. John the Baptist that was out there always in the wilderness. The same God that talked to them talks to me. I understand that religious people need a man between them and God, but guess what, y'all? Jesus is my connection. That's when I get down on my knees and I pray to God.
Exactly.
That's where that's coming through. Because man, that's why I be telling y'all, hey, I'm not telling y'all what to look at, what to watch. Y'all put your things on for me. I don't read y'all the whole story and give y'all my own interpretation, because I give y'all bits and pieces so that you all can go and read for yourself and see what God want to say to you. I'm not spoon feeding folks. I want y'all to get hungry and eat it and be like, oh my God, y'all be bringing up stuff that I didn't even think about. So when we come together and we all read and we all can get our own perception, then we get to see God that much greater, because he spoke to you, he spoke to me, he spoke to her, he spoke to him. And guess what? It could all be exactly what it was, but he gave it to us from so many different points of view that it applies to several different areas in our life and not just one.
You ready now? Thank you. Come on.
You see what I'm saying, y'all? So this is the thing.
I'm saying.
I know it's hard to not, can y'all mute your phones, mamas? And it's not about the rules. And I know it's hard when you're coming out of that to put everything in a box and have to have it a certain way. But then the spirit can't leave y'all. And then we turn right back into people that are depressed, but we say we saved and we got a relationship with God, but it's so many rules that if he moves in one way or the other, we don't want to move with him. And that's why churches are dead now. Spiritually, they're dead because man's agenda. We got the young people that need to sing. Cut them testimonies off. I get it. The only reason I be cutting y'all testimonies short, y'all, we'll be on here 7 hours. That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But y'all know, I'll let you talk, especially if God is speaking. But if it's just, okay, well, we got to get to the, and y'all done already heard. Y'all done been a witness. So I have my hand up for 2 hours and I need to. So I want to make sure that we are being courteous, y'all. We are being courteous. And getting the information that we need, y'all, because I'm not, God could take me tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? We don't know who's going to be here tomorrow, who ain't. And I just want y'all to know where to go get the information so that you can help somebody in your life. All of it ain't going to be for you. But guess what? That's what ministry is. It's not all for you. You have to get a word, and sometimes you might not want to hear it. But guess what? It could be your child, your mama, your brother, or your cousin that needs that vital information tomorrow that you didn't want to listen to today. You don't know who you gonna help with the information you hear. So don't always be so quick to get to your agenda, because God could be giving you some information. Guess what? It might not be for you today. Maybe you're not sick today, but maybe you got a doctor's appointment in 3 weeks and you need to hear about this medicine that they about to give you. And just so-called Sister Biscuit talked about it today. You know not to take it. God is not letting all of us connect on here for no reason. And when y'all go outside of here, it is going to be the same thing. If y'all have not look at what he did, everything that he do is a network. The roots under the trees is a network, y'all. The birds and how they work, they fly together. Y'all see that? That's network. You see what I'm saying? They move as one until something scatters them. And then, but even with that, they come back. The wind blows in the same way, y'all. Are y'all getting me? When the fish swim, most time they in a school, they swimming as one unit. But they can break away. But when they come back together, they one unit, y'all. It's okay to break away. It's okay to be out. But when we come back together, we need to work as a unit, y'all. We need to move as one, okay? And we can't do that being all crazy and, you know what I'm saying? That's why the body of Christ is messed up now, because it's too much division. You see what I'm saying? Not enough unity. This is why people ain't getting saved no more. People are not bringing their problems to the altar no more, because y'all got too many rules. I'm not going to live under y'all rules. I didn't live under the church rules, and I'm not going to live under y'all rules either. So I love y'all. Now, Miss Debbie, did I already talk to you today once? Okay. Miss 75481. Wait a minute, hold on. Who didn't I talk to? Hold on, wait a minute, because you did just give me a second. Okay, Miss Joy. Oh, see, did y'all see her eyebrows go up? Y'all aggressive, go.
But no, I just had a statement to make when you were saying about how we not living under the church rules. So I still attend Sunday services, and my bishop, she's a woman. She just been stating that God has not spoken to her to go back to the sanctuary, and she don't believe that she's ever going to go back to the sanctuary because God hasn't told her that that's where she needs to be. So with that being said, and when she said that, this was after I had already found you, have been attending almost every live, every Zoom, everything. So when she said that, I said, wow, here it is. I'm part of a group that's we outside. No one's in a sanctuary. Now my bishop is saying the same thing, that she is not going back to the sanctuary because God has not told her. So we have church on Zoom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. My godmother just said the same thing to me. She was like, I don't know what's going on. I said, Mama, remember a couple years ago when I told you God was not leading me back to the service? He wasn't leading me back to the building. And now that ain't everybody's call, but everybody wasn't supposed to go there and stay. Everybody was supposed to, some people were supposed to get their teaching and go out and minister into the world, but people don't want to do that. They want their seat on the pew, y'all. That's more important. than actually going out and doing what God called us to do, which is spreading the good news, the gospel of Jesus. You can't do that if you're looking at the same people every Sunday, Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday. Some people ain't going to come to service. So are you going to take service to them? Are you going to take Bible study to them? Because some people are homebound. So what y'all say, they ain't going to be saved? They can't even get to church. It's not that going to church is bad, but your whole reason of going, if it's not to get knowledge and to take that knowledge back out into the world to share, what are you going for? Because that is what God called us to do. You're a Christian so that you can learn the good news and share it. That's your main reason for being the good news. I mean, a Christian is, or a person, a follower of Christ, whatever you want to call it, is to share the good news of what he did for us. So, Miss Jordan, because I don't think you got a chance to talk yet. And then Miss Christina. And then we'll do Miss Morgan after that.
I see that a couple people have the Eye of Ra on their like profile and all that. That can curse you because that's used to enforce fear.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't know that it's associated with Lilith as well. It's from the Nephilim when the Anunnakis were around, which is now known as the Illuminati nowadays.
Okay, so yes, they use that symbolism for that. But if you read back a little, okay, so remember I was telling y'all about how all of the stories are the same, right? And so when you look at the Egyptian culture, Ra is like the all omnipotent God, right? So this is the thing. Lucifer takes every single thing that God has created and he copies it and then he uses it for a negative thing. Well, in my research, I used to say, yes, it has been used as an equal symbol, but also the scriptures are used as spells as well, right? So with that being said, it means the all-seeing eye, but it also at one point in time meant the all omnipotent God as well, that his eyes are everywhere. And if you go back and you research who Horus and those people are, their Trinity, then you'll understand that when the Jews first went into Egypt and they were telling about this story. See, the thing is, we've been taught that a lot of things are evil and that it's because of what it's been associated with. And I'm not saying that it's not associated with evil stuff, but you also have to really understand where this symbolism comes from. And a lot of times it's been twisted in Christianity because there's really more paganism, y'all, and witchcraft in the Bible than anywhere.
The Eye of Horus is the one that, the Eye of Horus is the one that does good, which is the opposite in the opposite direction. It's just reflected. The Eye of Ra would be the left eye, and the Eye of Horus would be the right eye.
Which would be God and the devil, basically. You see what I'm saying? But even with the devil, he's still a created being. Does that make sense? So he only has the power that's given to him, and anything associated with him, if God stops it, you know what I'm saying? So it's the yin and yang. It's the Baphomet and then the view of Jesus that we get. You know what I mean? It's all symbolism, and a lot of it does. We just have to be careful, y'all, what we saying is, you see what I'm saying? You have to be very careful because, and if you won't see no eyebrow stuff around here, but if you go back far enough, and you look at the stories, then you'll kind of see that it's what we've been taught was worshipped or symbolism. Like I told you, that we're taught that the Egyptians, the big ones and the little ones, that was to denote status, right? But we now know that it was giants. They were big and they were little. So we have to be careful because they said that these were the deities that they worshipped. And it wasn't that. Some of the humans did worship them because they had powers, but for the most part, it was just they were bigger humans. You know what I mean? But it's how it's been told to us. So we have to, that's why I say we got to study real good and deep. You know what I mean? Because if you look in some of the other epics and stuff like that, those names or those people are the same, but then they don't have that symbol of the Eye of Ra. They have a different symbol, but it's the same person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I know you think I'm crazy, but we're going to get to that. That's why we're doing the Gilgamesh and the this and the that, because it's the name changes and a lot of different stuff. But, oh, man, like I said, they'll tell me that having medicine that grows out of the ground is evil and that I'm going to hell, but they will be on every narcotic that is literally spelled incantation or witchcraft. So we just have to be very careful about words and how we understand them and how they apply. It's all. You still love me, Miss Jordan?
Yes, ma'am, Sister Cerca. That's what I've been calling you.
Okay, I'll take it. You can call me Sister Biscuit if you want to. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so there was Miss Morgan.
Okay, well, thank you for calling on me. Can y'all hear me? You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. First I want to say I'm so glad that I found your content, because I've been trying to have a closer connection, closer relationship with God on my own terms, not trying to follow the rules that I was given when I was in church, because I grew up in church. My mom was an evangelist. We were at church every night. There were no holidays that didn't involve church. Halloween night was Hallelujah night, all of that. So that's where I grew up. So transitioning out from that, I always kind of grew up just feeling some type of way about religion, period. Because it's like, I remember being able to hear God, and I remember my mom would come and pick me up from school, and she would be crying about something, and I would get in the car and I would tell her what God told me, which was the answer to what she was praying about. And I'm trying so hard to get back to that, because I don't really know exactly what I did to kind of stray or leave that path. And I was listening to the live yesterday, and you were saying, I'm trying to get caught up on all of the books, ordering all the books, because I want to be able to follow along and do my own reading and own understanding. But one of the parts I was listening to yesterday was like, how God punishes you for certain sins that you've committed. This was something that I've never even heard in church. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, I was always taught, you do something wrong, you repent. You go to God, you repent. That's the end of it. I didn't know that it was like, you done did this or whatever. And I like, after listening to that, I had to go and check myself on everything. I'm now journaling about this whole experience, just realizing like, wow, I'm sitting here wondering like, well, dang, why God, I'm praying, I feel him, but I can't hear him. And now I feel like I understand why I haven't been able to hear him, because pretty much my words are being clouded when it's coming to him. It's like he hears me, but it's like I can't really give you everything right now, because I need you to go back and rectify all of these other situations. You know what I mean? And I'm just glad that I found your content, because it's really, I've been looking for something like this. I've been feeling like, yeah, everybody want to talk about, being woke and all of this other information that they're trying to put out. Like, well, look at this, look at the Matrix, look at this and look at this. And I know everything intertwines, but my spirit has been hungry for spiritual needs. You know what I mean? Like, just getting on TikTok or any social media app. And I'm getting emotional right now, because I can't find stuff like that to feed me. When I'm reading the Apocrypha, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm reading that right now. I done finished the book of Tibet. I'm in the book of Judith right now. And I'm just like looking at this, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Reading the book of Tibet, I was like, I didn't even realize that I didn't know how to pray. Like, I didn't know I had to bless God. I didn't know I had to bless him. I thought like, oh, I'm just supposed to say thank you for waking me up this morning. saying my grace, but I didn't know like having a relationship with God is like having a relationship with a person. Girl, I'm trying to tell. I am thankful. I thank the Lord for you. You are really doing God's work, like really doing God's work. Not even trying to convince people to believe something else, but just trying to get people like, you can, it's safe over here. It's safe to just read. Even if you don't want to believe, just read. And I just thank you so much for, I don't know what made you decide to make these videos, because my algorithm on TikTok has been ruined. When I say I was following nothing but spiritual content, all my content is now nothing but like twerking, stuff that I don't even follow. I have to randomly get on TikTok just to check and see if you're on here.
Wow.
That, or not on here, but on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't get notifications. So I'm glad I find your content. Thank you for everything. And I plan on following along, getting the book so I can get a further understanding of my relationship with God. So that's all I want to say. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So y'all look, that's why I say I want everybody to grow. God just who I'm using right now, but he about to use all of y'all. Because guess what? In a minute, it's gonna be, if it ain't already, y'all gonna be answering people's questions, y'all. I'm just the person and I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's a lady on here. Her name is Sky's Rain or Sky's High. She gonna be mad at me. I think it's Sky's Rain. This woman was after me, y'all, for like a week. I don't even know why she said God kept telling her. Mind you, I hadn't even been on TikTok like no time. I did one video about, I don't even know. And then she was like, you need to do a giant video. 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 She would not leave me alone. And I was like, first of all, I don't even do social media like that. And lady, you don't know me. That's the video that went viral. That's the video. But what y'all don't know is I've been putting this information on Facebook for years, y'all. For over 12 years. Everything that we talk about, I've been putting it on Facebook. Baby, I get 2 likes. Because people didn't want to hear it. Girl, ain't nobody worried about that. It ain't helping me. What do that got to do with your salvation? A lot. Because you don't even know why you need it. So you up in there thinking because you done went down in Jesus' name, baby, and whatever else that you good, and you don't know. It's a whole bunch of stuff over here that you don't even know about. And it is relevant to your salvation. Because if you don't know that letting your kids talk crazy to their daddy can get you thrown by your hair onto a thing. Keep doing it then. You right, it don't got nothing to do with your salvation. But when Jesus said, go away from me, you worker of iniquity, that ain't just what the church has said is sin right now. It is other stuff. That's why, excuse me, and I'm going to be quiet after this. I knew that I had to go away from the church when my mental stability was not there. What they was worried about, they was more worried about my behind being in a seat, even though I felt like I was about to lose my mind and can't nobody in here help me with nothing that's going on. But y'all tell me don't go see a shrink. Y'all tell me don't go see a psychic. Y'all tell me, but guess what? These people is giving out answers, and y'all wonder why the church people is ending up over there on their side of the road. Because y'all ain't got no answers to give them. And then will come to me. Oh, well, you do this and you do that. And guess what? They show is walking away from old lives over here. They journaling, they talking to God, they praying, they asking God. It's people that's whole witches that's going and buying the Bible, honey. What is you talking about? Y'all got all the rules, but ain't nobody over there moving. God is moving over here. Whatever your sexual preference is, baby, whatever you done did, corners and whatever, jail, whatever, we over here. But because it don't line up to y'all rules and y'all, which people are hungry, y'all. People are tired of being lied to. You want all my money. Can't talk to the pastor. Can't talk to the ministers. If the sister such and such don't fool with me, I can't be in the group and all this old crazy stuff. But I'm supposed to come here. Y'all telling me this place is a free place to worship? As soon as I come in here, I feel the tension all over my body. I don't feel free. I feel heaviness. How? And this is supposed to be where the spirit of the Lord is. It says there's liberty. That means you're free. So I should not feel a spirit of heaviness when I am coming into the house of the Lord. It's another spirit there. I don't care what you say. And I got eyes, spiritual ones. I can see. All the ghosts that's running around there ain't holy. Sorry. Miss Christina and then Miss Jackie after that.
I was just zoned in on you on that conversation.
I'm sorry.
No, I get it. Funny story. I try not to talk about past stuff, but about the ex. Okay. He was somebody that loved books, right? But I feel like he was the only person I ever known that loved books so much, but didn't know about anything. Okay. Literally. And so I'm not a reader, but I feel like I'm educated, but I'm not the reader unless I have to. So the funny story is when he left all his crap here at my house, I was like, okay, I'm going to sell stuff. If he's going to leave it, it's trash. I'm going to sell it. And so I'm going through and I saw Apocryphas, apostrophe S, okay, books of Eden, history of God, da, 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 da. Girl, I sold them.
You already had them.
Sold them because I was not there, okay? And something was like, you know what? You don't need to be running through all these books. What's wrong with you? So there's all these books. So, and if they went on my scanner as sellable, $1 here, $1 there, $3 here, $3 there. So I'd send a couple boxes off, maybe got about $100, $1 each book. So that was like maybe like 60 books I gave out for $1. Okay, crisp, nice books he acquired somehow. With what he tried to destroy my life with, he left these books. And then so I'm like, okay, so that was it. And I ran into you, of course, and you're the fisher of men, women. You're the fisher, or I don't know what to call you. What are you?
Yeah, the fisher of people.
Yeah, you're the fisher of men. And so we're here. We're the network, like you were saying. And I was feeling that. I was like, yes, we are here. I think you're developing speakers. I think everybody that's on here, nobody told us, hey, make sure you go to Circles at this time. Like it's church. No, we are all here because we are hungry. The last girl, Miss Morgan, I was talking, girl, like we all kind of have that heart. A lot of us do. I'm sorry, not everybody. I can't speak for us all. So there's a reason we're here. And I stopped selling those books for some reason. And I'm like, wait a minute. These were on Circle's book list. And I didn't sold them for $1. Apocryphas, I could have gave them to you guys. You know what I'm saying? And so the enemy is out here. He was trying to get me before I even knew what A to Z was. Okay. And so I kept the book, and it's one of the lost scriptures by J.R. Porter. I think somebody else out. And that one has kind of like, it talks about the pseudepigrapha and all the books. So it's kind of like the happy medium. And so I was thankful because I'm not trying to go out and buy books, and I want to, but I'm just saying that I don't even know what I'm saying. I think I just need to tell you that story. I sold Apocryphas.
Oh, but can I tell you something? So that's relevant because one of my exes in 2009, he had the book of Adam and Eve and these other books, the Septuagint, which was the other Bible, and my super Christian self. Ain't nothing outside of the 66. And if it is, it's the devil, baby. And I threw that book in the trash and didn't know what I had my hands on, you see? But this is what I've told y'all about the easiest way to give somebody to give away their value is to make them think that it's not valuable. I'll replace it with something that isn't real, y'all. So they've given us the King James and said, this is all there is. But guess what? It's not the truth. So we don't have all the value. We don't, it's not valuable to us anymore. I done read the Bible 100 times and there ain't nothing new in there. That's because you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle. That's why you don't see it as valuable. And that's why I tell y'all, don't get rid of your KJV because you're going to need it. Like, okay, did anybody go look up the sons of Rechab or the sons of Jonadab in y'all KJV? Nobody went and looked up where they was mentioned at? I don't know what kind of seekers y'all is. Who went and found out where it is?
I posted it in the Slack.
They're in Jeremiah 35.
Jeremiah 35?
Yeah.
Correct.
I missed that.
Okay, so let me ask y'all a question. So when somebody comes to you and they say, "Oh, honey, don't believe that," if it ain't mentioned in the Bible, well, it's in Jeremiah 33, 35. Where is it, y'all? 35. It's in
35.
Jeremiah 35. And this is your Bible that you read, and it mentions a people, and then here go they book outside of the Bible. Now, y'all can't tell me after reading yet, y'all didn't think they might be the 144,000, y'all. Because they are of a tribe of Jews.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did y'all read what God did? Did y'all read what happened to them? Did y'all read it? And it kept calling them the elect ones and the blessed ones, y'all. That's all it kept calling them. The elect, the blessed, the elect, the blessed, the elect, the blessed, the elect, the blessed. Did y'all catch that?
Yes.
All right, Miss Jackie, go ahead. What you got for me? Thank you, Miss
I actually came in earlier on the middle of you all talking about herbs or either drugs. I don't know. But prior to getting on here, the Lord came in my ear and he was talking to me about these very same things: pharmaceuticals, drugs, and the hemp plant, CBD, and all these things. However, and I guess it's because I'm a distributor of CBD and with some things with THC in them. And I'm also my best customer because at some point I suffer from a herniated disc, okay? And also they want me to have a knee replacement.
Come on.
Another knee replacement. And however, I'm thinking about doing it. But in order to achieve all of that, they want me to lose some more weight. So again, with all of that, and I take my CBD and I feel good. I rub myself with pain cream. I take my CBD and I don't suffer that. But I am doing this 21-day cleanse. When we was talking about medication, I'm doing a 21-day cleanse, not a detox. It's in combination. And it's just about juicing and eating raw fruits and vegetables for 21 days. Because again, we have a lot of toxins in our body from the medication, from the pharmaceuticals, from the drugs. Okay. We talk about that. And somebody was talking about the fact that they don't sleep. They was talking about how they can, all kind of different functions going on. Why do you all think that they have now legalized marijuana?
Come on.
About it. Think about what they have. Again, from who? From God, right? From a plant that he put out here. But they want to make that bad. And everything God got, sometimes man want to make it bad. So I reverse that. Anything man want to make bad, God got for good.
Come on.
It's how we use what he has for us. Okay. You got a lot of people my age and older. Now, I look like I'm about 90 years old because of the way I'm sitting here in my life. But I'm not. I'll be 64 this month. So, God's willing and the creek don't rise. However, I take CBD and I use THC because I'm not drugging myself. I ain't never liked medication. Don't care for it today. However, I do have high blood pressure and I take my medications for that. But doing this 21-day cleanse to eliminate waste, not weight, waste and toxins out of my body, I'm going to reduce this and at some point eliminate those drugs. You see what I'm saying? That they have given me. And like we talk about the generational curse. Oh yeah, my mom and dad both suffer from hypertension. So passed down to the daughter, right? What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to remove that, reverse this curses. All three of my daughters, they don't suffer with any of that because again, how they trying to do their body. We talk about herbs, corona. Everybody, a lot of folks have had the virus. I have not. I don't even have the shot. Lord never put that in my spirit, on my heart to get that shot. Oh, you're going to die if you don't get it. I'm like, you're going to die if you do. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't judge me. If you want to take the shot, you take the shot. If you don't, but don't tell me how my salvation is going to be because I'm not taking this medicine or this mess to strip me of my DNA.
Come on.
So again, because I know the body can heal itself. That's why it is important that we rest because the body resets itself every night. It's what we put in our bodies to help us heal. And a lot of this medication, the drug, again, I got a sister, she walk around with a suitcase, taking this medicine, want to wake up, sit down, open her eyes, sleep, stand up, whatever, just to function. That's too much. And again, when you question the fact about do y'all read the ingredients or the
side effects and stuff.
Side effects. Yeah, read all of that. It tell you what you can't do. Your brain's gonna seep out all kind of mess. No, we got to remember who is our healer. We got to know who is our redeemer. You know, but we also have to have the utmost faith. Again, all he asking for is that little bit of seed, that little mustard seed of faith. And when we can have that, he said we can tell those mountains to move. We can have them trees walking by themselves. You know what I'm saying? But it's just about faith and allowing ourselves to know whatever man got for bad, God has for good. And they need to stop trying to recreate what he already created.
That's
so
true.
Again, I sell CBD. Anybody interested and want to know a little bit more about it because it comes from what? The hemp plant. The hemp plant. How many times do I talk about the hemp plant? And how many times did he mention when Adam and Eve, the frankincense oils and stuff like that? These are healing properties. We just got to know where they are and how to utilize them in our body. Every vegetable, plant, tree out here is a healer. Because these pharmaceuticals, they use it, they just add their own extra crap in it and then say, here, take this mess. And we just like, Lord, I don't know what to do. I'm going to take it because they said this, that, and the third. And then we take that. And then the next thing we know, we got something else going on wrong. But we just got to be faithful. You are the link in the chain of what you're trying to do. I'm outside. I've been outside for a long time because you know what? I learned a long time ago that God left the churches. He left that. He came outside the churches because they started locking him out. You know, he was knocking, but they wouldn't let him in. Like you said, you go to church mad, you come back home mad. You're talking to the deacon, the minister, and the usher. Everybody mad. Why y'all mad? Y'all supposed to be in here trying to get spiritually fed. So yeah, I walked up out of there. I was raised in church, just like everybody else. My mother
Jackie,
was in the choir. I'm gone.
We got to get moving, Mama, because it's almost 9. So I'm gonna let these last 3 people talk, and then we're gonna get. But thank you for sharing. We got some more days.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, go ahead, Miss Debbie, and then we're gonna get Tebe and Antonia. Then we probably gonna get off, y'all.
Just a couple things. We're gonna just reel it back to the natural medicines. I've raised my children on natural stuff. They did not take my daughters had chronic ear infections. I learned with my first one after she had tubes put in her ears, I was never going to do that again. Garlic willow oil. Herbs for Kids makes it. You can get it in Walmart. Garlic is a natural antibiotic, and the willow oil dries up the inner ear fluid. So anybody, I see all these little babies on here, moms get it, because I'll tell you, if your kids get ear infection, it's gone in 3 days and no antibiotics. Because when you give them antibiotics, you're taking down their natural immune system. So there's a constant round the tree. And then the last thing I want to comment on is I was a pew sitter my whole life. And I saw your first video about the Giants, and you had me hook, line, and sinker. I was a Christian teacher for 17 years, taught second grade, their first communion and confession. And that I thought was like the best thing ever. But I'll tell you what, I am outside. You make my toes wiggle. And I thank God. I look forward to seeing you when you're on here and joining everybody that's in here for the same reason. We are truly seekers, and I have found you, and I'm not letting you go, girl. So wherever you go, I'm going to follow you, because I feel like my ministry that I can put out is getting stronger because because of the fact that you've taken so much time and you've learned to teach us. So I thank God for you.
Miss Debbie, I need you. And there was another is it Miss Lloyd? Yeah, Miss Lloyd, are you the teacher? Okay, so Miss Debbie and Miss Lloyd, y'all might be doing like our little Sunday school get to all my teachers. It was we had a psychotherapist on here. She said she teachers. We got another lady. I need y'all to get together. We're gonna have to get together so y'all can do a curriculum for us. Seeing as how we got teachers and doctors and lawyers and everybody. And
Miss
whatever
Cerca,
we got nurses assistants. We got yes.
Yes. Okay, Miss Debbie, what was that thing you just said about because my kids have had ear infections as well. But could you repeat your information?
Yes, ma'am. It's garlic willow oil. And you can get it. It's made by Herbs for Kids. I have found it at, I'm sorry?
No, I'm just repeating after you. Herbs for Kids.
Yes. And they make an off-brand, like I know some of the natural stores will have an off-brand of it, but anything with garlic willow oil, the willow oil dries up the fluid on the inner ear, which is what causes the chronic ear infection. And and the garlic is a natural antibiotic, so it'll heal it quicker. And if you do just a couple of drops in each ear every day, when they first start tugging on their ears, girl, in 2-3 days it's gone.
Thank you so much.
Promise you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Cerca. That was all.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just want to say this. Do y'all remember one of the first videos that I did after everybody started coming in? And I said, y'all, we givers over here. Nobody even knew that y'all was going to be giving like this. But y'all, every time we on here, somebody's giving information. So, I mean, it is, y'all don't even know. Everybody up here on TikTok is like, oh, my goodness. The unity of it all, y'all. We are building something. We are building something. And guess what? One, no, the devil is not happy. So of course, y'all, people gonna come and I want y'all, and I know y'all all heard this, reason, season, and lifetime. Not everybody that is here now is gonna stay. Not everybody that's here came for the same reasons. And some of these people they just here for a season. But some of these is gonna be lifetime friendships that we are building right now. And you'll be able to call some of these people that you never even stepped foot down in their house and say, girl, I need you to pray for me. A homeboy, I need you to go to God for me because I can't do it for myself and I can't go to my family. But we are sisters and brothers in Christ. And I know that I can call you. I know you know what I know. I know that you understand the level of things that God has took, because we're not higher than anyone. But God has given us a little bit more information, y'all. So then we can help a little bit more people. And it's going to be people that's jealous of you because somebody might come and say, oh, they told her that her baby is gonna be blind in the womb. You know exactly where to go to look for the name of that spirit to start praying against, even if you don't say nothing to her. You might be the difference from somebody's baby being born with one of these diseases or one of these problems. Y'all see what I'm saying? Because you know, you have the information to change lives now. And all you got to do is get your memoir together. Okay? Start writing it down. Start writing it down, start writing it down, start writing it down. You see what I'm saying? These experiences that we have and y'all, the information that is here, it might not be for you, but it could be for everybody around you. So don't ever say, oh, that doesn't pertain to me. I don't need that information because it don't pertain today. That don't mean it won't pertain tomorrow. You don't know what's coming your way tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? So let's get Miss Antonia and then Tay-Bay. Thank you, Miss Debbie.
Oh, Cerca, I done forgot. Like I was there since you went on break. Now I forgot what I wanted to say.
I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. A whole bunch of people came back after. It was more. Initially it was just to highlight 758-441 Jackie because looking at her, it looked like she just needed to get your attention, but we addressed that. But what I wanted to actually share is that I guess it's more of a testimony. So I've been working for an international firm for quite some time and just continuously just not being recognized, right? And I'm sure most of you can kind of relate to that, how the corporate world view the very melanated woman who's established, and it was just opportunities being passed and the frustration spiritually. Mm-hmm. And it was just like a constant attack to people who just, recent graduates, and they were moving to new roles and new opportunities. And I secured a master and couldn't progress for 8 years into a role. And I actually got to the point and I resigned. My director convinced me to stay. And I told my mom, wouldn't it be something, Mom, if God was to use the very same people who blocked my progress to be the ones to open the door? And about 2 years after, the head of my division approached me and asked me, Antonia, do you have a mentor? Now, mind you, this man has known me for probably 8 years or so. And I said, I do. I said, are you offering? He says, actually, I am. And it's not typical that a head of a division would, just approach someone. And we talked for quite a while. And he introduced me to a number of people, but one particular person I just thought was just another one that's just going to yes me to death and listen and not do anything. And probably a month after, he approached me. He says, I have 3 opportunities for you, and you can just speak to the managers and select the one you want. Like no interview process. And I looked at him and I said, are you serious? And he was just like, yeah. So I went through, got the role, not really satisfied. And last summer, one of his contacts approached me about another opportunity. And I was just so amazed on how quickly God has the ability to move. Because I used to always say, I can never catch up to where I was supposed to be. And my mom says time is never lost with God.
Come on.
I used to be like, no, Ma, because how's he going to catch it up? It's not possible, right? So many years has gone by. And she said, you need to have more faith, because what you're going through is going to open a much larger door. And I hate to say it, I was just so angry. I would have these conversations with God, and I would be teary eyes, and I'd be frustrated because I didn't get it, right? Because it's like I loved him, I committed, and he just was not opening any kind of door until this one. My mom gets into an accident this past September, and the man approached me and says, we have an opportunity that we'd like to talk to you about. And it took everything I had talking to my family, and I said emotionally, I couldn't prepare. And my family was just like, no, it's okay. We'll be here for Ma. You should just go for it. I said, no, I just can't focus to be able to prepare for it. It was a leadership role, which I didn't think I would be qualified for it anyway. And I made the decision. I prayed, and I reached out to this man to let him know, thank you for the consideration, but I couldn't go through. Right when I'm about to speak to him, my entire computer shut off. And I remembered looking up and I said, God, and I mean, there was no reason for everything to shut down. And it was a Zoom session. I logged back in, he was still sitting there. And I said, I'm so sorry. I have no idea what happened. I said, I don't know if you're a spiritual person, but I think what I was about to say to you was not meant to be said. And he just smiled at me, but I end up saying it. And he's like, oh, are you interested in the role? I said, I am. He's like, but you don't want to go through it, the interview, because you think that you wouldn't be able to focus, right? And I said, yes. So you wouldn't be able to bring your best. I said, I don't believe that I would be able to. This man doesn't know me. I've never met Jason ever before. And he says, call the recruiter and tell the recruiter to push your interview for another week. And if you have to, he will push it again for another week. I think I had tears that started rolling down my eyes, because it was so incredible that when he loves you and wants to reaffirm himself in you, there was no words to express that. I said, thank you so much. And I ended up a week after going through the interview process, not hearing anything, thinking like, okay, they must have not really been impressed. And probably a month after, right after my mom got out of the intensive care, he reaches out to me. And normally with this firm, if the manager reaches out, it's because you didn't get it. They want to talk to you and give you some coaching. And he's like, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. Been busy. And he's very like hyper. And he's like, so I was like talking to your old manager, and she was telling me your level. This role is a senior level. It's about 2-3 grades up. And I said, I didn't realize that it was, because it didn't say on the description. And he was like, you know what? I don't really care, because I really like you. So I'm offering you the role. So that was just the most, for what he did. He brought me, or I should say God brought me to where I should be in my career and at that level. And it was just such an incredible testimony, But because the month that I saw your first giant video and I've been reaching out and following you, this same manager has been literally coming at me for the last 3 weeks saying, Antonia, I need you to do this, but you're not doing that, although I am. Just completely bizarre. My mom says you're being attacked because the enemy doesn't like what you're doing. And I prayed on it. And this morning, he reaches out to me apologizing and how he's been and reassuring me that I was the one who hired you. So if you ever questioned or doubted that, I want you to know that is not the case. I want you to succeed and I will be your biggest supporter and champion. So that was the testimony I wanted to share on how good God is. He takes his time. Ooh, that required a lot of patience. He takes his time, but when he does, that door opens so much. And one other last thing I meant to mention is that he was so incredible that he says when HR reaches out to you, you make sure that you're comfortable with that offer. And if you're not, then you come back to me. This firm does not give you more than probably a 10%. I had a 25% increase in my compensation. So God is good all the time.
Yes.
You think he's not listening, he is.
I just want to say that I'm grateful, y'all. I told y'all we gonna hear some testimonies and we are overcome. Did y'all hear that? Now look, if she probably would have popped back on her boss, that 25%, she might not been able to ask for that, y'all. But God will push you in situations and you don't realize that he's setting you up for a blessing. The very people that are mistreating you are gonna have to give you their money.
Yes.
We talked about that last night, baby.
Yes.
Let them mistreat you because they gonna have to treat you. Okay? Mistreat me if you want to, but it's gonna be on your dime that I get happy. Yes. How about that?
Amen to that.
It's a real thing. But we gonna move on.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Hear that testimony. I want to get to the last couple people because we're gonna keep getting hands on this. Already past 9 and but they keep telling us that they not recording after this on Zoom after we go past a certain time. So if you've already talked, can you please put your hand down so I can call the people that have not had a chance to speak today at all? Miss India. Okay, yeah. Can I run to the bathroom just real quick since I know we're gonna be on here another 20 minutes?
Yes, you can go because my question is for Miss Jackie. I just wanted to know the name of the book she shared earlier.
Thank you. I love you. I'll be right back, y'all.
Sure. It's called The Pocket. It's it's goofy when you're trying to show it on screen. But it's called The Pocket Herbal Reference Guide. How can we not do that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And Antonia, that was God all day. Like for real. It had his name written literally all over your testimony. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Like for me to even just say that, and mind you, from when I said it to my mom was like 2 years prior. And my mom just shook her head. And when it happened, she's like, I told you, baby, right? It's on his time. And mind you, not only did this head of division not be my mentor, I ended up getting COVID last year. This man sent my director to bring me soup and check on me. And he gives me his cell phone. So he says, no matter where I go, I will always be your mentor. Tell me that is not God's work.
Joy, it's the one on the top left.
This
I'm
one?
sorry, guys. Yes.
Thank you, baby. I've been waiting for 30 minutes to figure that out.
You're welcome.
Make
Well,
sure
I'm
you
gonna
have
just go ahead
tissues
and
when
make
you
my
watch it
statement
now.
real quick because I don't have a question for real. I know yesterday.
Tissues.
I'm back. Cause we gonna get off at 9:15, y'all.
You're gonna cry when you watch it.
So give me some
tissues. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Who got real
Hold
quick?
on,
Can
cry when we watch what?
Questions, y'all?
Yeah, cry when we watch what?
The Shack, they said.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. So Tebe, did you already get your question answered?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't really a question. It can kind of be. But yesterday, we were talking about spirits being attached to things. And I don't know, I'm not too familiar with how spirits work, but I do know that they can be attached to things. And I know you were saying how the demons and stuff are, more familiar with the Bibles and different books than we are. So I was just putting a disclaimer out there. I've gotten a few books from Half Price Bookstore, but what I do when I bring these books in my house, I anoint them with holy oil. So I don't know if that's something that y'all do too, but I do it because I don't know if whatever they did, they don't want us to know the real knowledge, or I don't know, but it's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I always pray before I read anything, y'all. So y'all don't know, I done got some other books, but I'm not showing y'all because it's going to be a whole bunch of questions that we need to get the basics down first. We got to get the basics. We got to get y'all through Enoch and Adam and Eve and the rest of Ezra and the 12 patriarchs. It's a lot of ground we got to cover, y'all, because y'all, look, when I tell y'all literally got about 15 years of information in a week, y'all, it took me years, and I'm just now in the last year getting some of the other ones. I've been looking for them because God wasn't giving me all of it at one time. You guys got it all at one time, y'all. He would give me a piece at a time. He showed me where at it, but like I told y'all, for almost 3 years, I read all of this information online, y'all. I did not have the books for 3 years. So I was looking for the PDFs. I didn't have them. And look, y'all don't believe me, but I have most of these books, like pretty much everything that is on Old Testament Supergrapher, I hand wrote all of it because I would go on there and sometimes the website wasn't on there. Sometimes it didn't work. And I was like, God didn't gave me this hidden information. They're taking it away. So every time I would read, I just wrote down every single word of what I read, y'all, just in case they took the website down and I couldn't find the books. Well, God loves me enough that he showed me to Amazon and different places that I started finding the books. Because at first, for real, y'all, you couldn't find them. They was hard to find. And if they was very, very expensive. God bless and he put them in my thing. That's what I'm telling y'all. But with that being said, y'all got a lot of information, and learning how to put the pieces together is the issue, because you're gonna read a lot of stuff. But like I said, if we only read the King James, y'all read the Rechabites today. They're mentioned in Jeremiah, right? We read about the Nephilim. They're mentioned in Jasher and all of these different places. So the pieces are getting put together, and y'all are actually being able to decipher the word correctly, y'all. That's the big thing for me. So with that being said, did I answer what I was supposed to say? I think I did. I'm rambling a little bit. So let's do Jay and then Tiffany.
Okay. Hello, good night to all.
You got to speak louder, baby. We can't hear you.
Sorry, maybe my volume. Yes. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You mentioned about alcohol and smoking. I think it was one of your previous videos. I just want to know, what can I do to study more?
You got to speak up, baby. We can't hear you at all.
Where can I go to study more on alcohol and smoking?
Honestly, the scriptures about alcohol are in the Bible. You know what I mean? There aren't scriptures about smoking. There's no scriptures about smoking at all. None. And even with alcohol, the Bible says, as long as you do it in moderation, it's not wrong. As long as you don't become an alcoholic, you're okay. Now, if you want to do research on the etymology of the word alcohol, you can look up things in the Arabic, because that's where the word alcohol comes from. It means man-eat or flesh-eating spirit. So I would just look up the background on the word alcohol, and it'll lead you probably to some scriptures and things. Because there's not really any scriptures just about it. I mean, there's situations where a person got drunk, and this is what happened to them and so forth, but nothing else. There's no real specific scriptures on smoking at all, because Solomon, one of the things that the Queen of Sheba brought him was tobacco. So, but they don't tell. Yes, one of the major things she brought him when she came to visit. So that's why I say it'd be a lot. Tiffany, go ahead and then y'all, and we're going to get out of here. Go, Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany.
I'm sorry.
You all right?
I'm sorry. I promise to be quick. It's just
A question. Someone that used to be really close with me, a really close friend, was found yesterday morning unresponsive and having seizures. And I got the call. Her sister let me know that, that they would be trying to get up to where she was, because she doesn't live in the state where we all live. She moved away, she had some issues, and, got her life together, basically. And she's, been having some issues, but we stopped speaking, so I don't really know what's going on with her at this point. But she was found by the guy that she's seen in her home on the floor, like I said, unresponsive and still having seizures once he got there. So when he called the ambulance, they took her to the hospital, of course. The only other thing that I've heard today, because I had no other word, by the time I went to sleep last night, was that she had another seizure last night in the hospital. But I don't know anything as of yet. I've just been praying, for God to save her and spare her life. But I just want to know, I know you said that a lot of things, issues that we have within the body, are like spirits or demons or whatever. And I know, she has a lot going on. So with that being said, is there a scripture or something that I can read that, would give me some kind of, a way for me to help her more when I pray for her, if that makes any sense?
So, is your friend, she has a drug addiction right now?
She used to, but she doesn't now. But I believe from the things that I've been hearing before I stopped speaking to her, that she started drinking. So that was her thing. She, was getting drunk a lot. And I guess,
So what I need for you to do is to start a special thank you list for her tonight.
Okay.
If you can do that. And if you're able to, we all gonna pray for her too. Okay. Everybody, y'all, we put Miss Tiffany, we just gonna call her Tiffany's friend, because everybody told y'all we don't gotta know people's names and stuff. We don't have to. We just need to know that we sending our prayers that way. Now, that being said, I need you to start a thank you list for her and ask God to first heal her mind, because that is where the addiction comes from, is when you are trying to numb a spiritual feeling in the flesh, and it doesn't work. This is where drug addiction and stuff comes from, y'all. You're trying to heal something that's here with a liquid or a substance, and it don't work like that. It don't, right? God is the only thing that can heal spirit, right? So I need you to ask God to heal her mind first. And while she is in the hospital, I need for you to ask God to come visit her and to talk to her. See, it'd be simple stuff. And I know that seemed like, what? No, because guess what? Plenty of people go in situations like this and they say, I met God when I was in the hospital, or when I was out of it, I had an experience, and their life be changed forever. So don't look at this as a bad thing, because God can be taking her through something while she's not conscious, and taking her soul down through something, baby, that when she come back, she won't even be the same person. You see what I'm saying? We don't know what God is doing with her. Plenty of people have been unconscious, and God showed them things. We had a young lady on here. You know what I mean? She died 3 times. And every time she died, God showed her something else about the spiritual realm. So we won't necessarily say that it's negative, because she could come back, baby, so anointed. We don't know what He going to do.
I mean, I've been praying that, it's a wake-up call for her, that this is something to open her eyes and not take her away. Because I won't lie, the reason I stopped speaking to her was because of some things that she was, doing behind my back, and I'm hearing it from other people. So with the journey that I'm trying to be on and the path that I want my life to be, I felt like I had to separate. And she's not the only person that I've separated myself from. My life only revolves around me and my daughter right now. And I feel guilty, for cutting her out of my life, because she's made several attempts to contact me, calling, texting, wanting to reconcile and apologizing. And I sent her a text one morning when I woke up and saw that, I got all these messages from her. And I told her, I still love her. I don't hate her. I don't wish her any ill at all. I want her to prosper. I want her to be the best version of herself that she can be. But I, at this point in my life, I can't. And it's not to her, it's not to hurt anyone else. I just can't.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so let me tell you something really quickly, y'all. Do not think that the devil will not keep you overloaded with situations you can't change so that you start to feel hopeless, y'all. Jesus himself got away from the crowd and got away and went up and prayed and rested because it was a lot to deal with other people's emotions and other people's situations. He was still human. You see what I'm saying? So listen, y'all don't understand that I've been a hermit for about 14 years. It might be longer. And when I say hermit, I'm serious. Especially this last year, he ain't let me go outside for nothing. But even before that, the only time I got to go outside was to take my kids to work and go to the grocery store and the Goodwill. Other than that, and the bookstore. Other than that, I didn't get to go out. Me and my husband, we was married for 5 years. We probably didn't go out to an actual sit-down restaurant but 3 times, y'all, because God wouldn't let me go. He had me tucked away. So when people say, oh, that ain't God cutting you off, yes, he will. He will put you in a cocoon so that people cannot keep offending you, or so that you can work on yourself, so that when he brings you back out to the world, you are better. We have to get tucked away to heal. That's why in ICU, you cannot go in an intensive care unit talking loud and crazy and acting. They will throw you out because too many loud noises could send a person in a shock. It could cause a heart attack or some type of neurological thing because they're already critical, right? Some of y'all spirits are in critical condition, y'all. And too much chaos can send y'all to a spiritual death. And the enemy knows that. If you're weak, you don't think he's gonna attack you and tell you, oh no, you don't, you need to keep on dealing with them now because I'm about to crack. And if I crack, God might not let me back. So if God is telling you to separate from people, as hard as it, I don't care if it's a family member. Look, y'all, I had to separate. Listen, and my daughter is on here, she'll tell you, because she been sneaking in. Me and my oldest daughter didn't talk from the time she got pregnant until recently. She didn't talk to me. I didn't talk to her. Wasn't that we was mad at each other? We believe in letting each other heal. You don't gotta be in each other's. And my baby said, Mom, people used to come to me and be like, oh, you ain't talking to your mom, trying to be all in my face. And she was like, they don't know. We do this. We understand healing. We understand personal space. We understand it. Just because I love you don't mean that you're not going to offend me and I don't want to hit you in your mouth and fold you up like a pretzel. You better get away from me, especially when I done told you I'm cool. It ain't that I don't hate you, but let God work on me because I still bust you. Don't say that, Cerca. Baby, I do not care about working an orange jumpsuit for a weekend, honey. I will go. Sign me up if you get to talking too crazy. That's why I did it's a stick up video.
People will take you there though. They will take you there. So, like,
can I tell you something? And the devil knows when you love somebody, y'all. He will use a person you love to destroy you.
Yeah.
He will use that. Because you'll give everything trying to get them to see, and you don't know. God is saying, move out the way and let me do what I'm going to do with them so I can stand them up. You keep on catching them when they fall, and if they don't hit hard enough, they ain't never going to change.
Never gonna learn.
See, what we think is saving people sometimes be enabling them to go ahead and die, y'all.
Absolutely. I agree.
Do you hear me? You got to hit rock bottom so that you can say, God, nobody else can change my situation but you. Nobody else is going to bring me up out of this but you. God don't want nobody else to get his credit for cleaning up a crackhead, for getting a hoe off the street, for taking somebody and changing their sexual orientation. He don't want nobody else to get the credit, period. And we be trying to get in the way, y'all.
Yep.
Because we think we know and we can't tell us. Don't none of y'all know what's going to happen in 5 minutes. You could plan to get off here, read your book, and drop dead. No, it's a reality.
Yeah.
There are people that said, when I get up in the morning, I am going to do this. And they never took another breath again. That's what y'all got to understand. God said, you need to ask me if I'm going to let you get up in the morning. And you need to say, if God wills, I am going to go do this. See, we forget that. Oh, I'm going back there and I'm about to. He said, ask me if you even going to be alive in the next 5 minutes, boo. You could have an aneurysm right now and not be here. What is you talking about? You don't know what you going to do. And that's why you got to be careful planning evil against others. I want to tell y'all this and then I'm going to get off, y'all. It was a man in Indiana a couple years, like 4 years ago. He ran into this store, y'all, to stab this lady. Thank you, Jesus. When he pulled his hand up to go back and go down on her, y'all, he had a heart attack and dropped dead.
Shut up.
Do you hear me? He had a heart attack. So you are intending evil on somebody else running up into a store, and before your hand can come down, God stopped your heart. Baby, I don't be worried about nobody running up on me. Because guess what? If your heart is wrong, y'all, my cousin, I'm going to tell y'all real quick. My cousin, it was a guy that she was trying to get away from. She was trying to leave him alone. And he was telling her he was going to kill her. He was sneaking in the room. Like she had got with another guy. They would wake up. Okay. And she would look at her phone. He done been in her house watching them sleep, took a picture and said, I could have killed both of y'all. Okay. And he said, you ain't going to get to no court and testify. You're not going to do nothing. She called me. She said, cousin, I need you to pray. He said, I'm going to get to you before you get to that courthouse. I promise you that. She said, I got court in the morning. I said, girl, God ain't about to let him do nothing to you. Do y'all know that this man was on his way to the courthouse to call himself going to kill my cousin before she got there, and God let a diesel run into him on the highway, y'all, on his bike? Not playing. Then he got out and was in a wheelchair and was still talking crazy. Y'all, he done got hit by a car 3 times crossing the street. You better keep your mouth off of people. And you better quit talking about what you're going to do.
Right, right.
Y'all, he was on his way to court and said, you won't make it in there, baby, in a diesel sled. He's paralyzed. Okay? Y'all don't have to fight y'all battles. Y'all, no, he was on a motorcycle. When I say bike, I mean motorcycle. He was on a motorcycle, a nice motorcycle, and a diesel slammed into him, y'all.
Yes.
God will stop a person in that. You do not have to fight. He said, let me fight your battles and what? You'll feel sorry for the people. Lord, I said fix it. I didn't mean you was going to do that. Ooh, Lord, do you want me to pray for them or take us some flowers? Because they don't even know the reason they messed up is because of what they did to me.
In the first place.
You hear me? So listen, y'all. Don't be worried about folks. If God is separating you, separate. It is for your own good. Because some things you say you can't take back. Some people you hurt, they never recover. Do you understand? And if you cause them to lose out with God because of how you treat them or you crush their spirit, you got to pay for that. So be careful of your words. And that friend, you write down everything that you want for her. I want her to be free of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, her mental stability straight, God. And I know you can do it. This is the miracle that I am asking for. Not for myself, but for my friends. That's who I need to. Y'all, you can pray these things into people's lives, y'all.
Yes, yes.
Whatever problems you see, we are God is the problem solver, but we the antidote that he's using to get to the human people, y'all. But we have to have the information to give. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that help, Miss Tiffany?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. She gonna be good.
I've been over here crying.
It's okay.
No, but I just felt everything you were saying. It's just amazing.
Just know this. You have more power than you think. When the Lord has stepped down into you, he said, speak. The situations you want, that ain't just over our life. We can speak over our girl. Listen, y'all don't know my friends be bad. Don't speak that over me, yeah, because you know these words got power, baby. Keep them legs closed, girl. Jerome is not coming over there this evening. Watch and see. If there ain't no big tall trees coming over here, ain't no Jerome's coming to visit you, boo. We gonna keep this together. We are a unit. It is unity around here. You hear me? If these legs is close, y'all legs is close too. So how's that? I'm just saying. Whew. Okay, so
I said one thing. In the Pursuit of Crawford book with the life and times of Adam and Eve, Do you know for his sins, God gave him 70, he said he was gonna give him 70 plagues over his body, starting with his eyes and for generations to come?
Sickness. That's why we were saying, I don't know if you was here yesterday. I kept telling everybody all sin falls under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
And sickness came when sin came, y'all.
He said he's gonna give us 70 plagues in our body. I said, 70, Lord.
So can I ask you a question? When y'all read this kind of stuff and they saying, oh, we just found this new sickness. We just found this new this. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
No.
Y'all, and why do y'all think now y'all see why I say this is why they keep it hidden? Because if we knew these things, we wouldn't be running back and forth to the medical community. We would be getting on our knees, asking God to show us where these generational curses are coming from, these genetic disorders. Lord, did my people mess? Was my people some of the people that said they was gonna build the Tower of Babel, and that's why we got this disease on us? Because he said your children is gonna be affected by your decisions for generations
to come.
Okay, this is the generational curse because God, there were family that God cursed. He said it ain't gonna be no more, y'all. The world will not even know that y'all existed, and then they go find these big old archaeological digs where they don't know who the race of people is, and there's no record of them, and all of these different things. But they mean that God's word came true. He said some of y'all so evil, y'all not even gonna be remembered on the earth. Nobody ever even knew y'all existed. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
So I love y'all. We gonna get off. I don't know if we having a Zoom tomorrow or not, but if we are, I'll post it by 4:00 Central Time. Okay.
Well, if you don't have one, I hope you have a good day tomorrow, and I love you, and I'll see you when I see you, girlfriend.
I love y'all too. I'm gonna do some story time tomorrow. Thank you, y'all.
I look forward to it.
I love you too.
Please.
I
love
Bye, y'all.
Love y'all.
Love you. I finally get started today.
Much love, y'all.
Good night, ladies. Good
Thank
night,
you.
girls.
Thank you. Have a blessed night.
Bye. Good night.
Come on, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Thank y'all. I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Good night.
Bye.